Okay, I think we're getting set up here. Give everyone just a second to get connected and get situated. Grab your popcorn, grab your peanuts. Right, Joe? Get everyone just a couple minutes to get connected. We have started getting everyone here and up and running. It looks like microphone's working this time. Camera's not muted. Like I said, we'll get started here in just a moment. Give folks a second to get connected and set up. Just kind of looking at some things here on the system. Okay. Like we're good. We should have brought over a video file. I did a time lapse this morning. Yeah, you know what? Let's see if we can get that. Let's see if we can roll that beautiful bean footage, Joe. Let's empty this, eject that drive. Let's see if we can put it in this drive. Really kind of excited. I bought a new camera. I bought the DJI Pocket 3 Osmos 4. Really, it does a lot of low light stuff. And I did a time lapse this morning. So like really just kind of experimenting with it, right? Let's see if we can put on that time lapse just while we're waiting for folks to get connected here. Just while we wait, we will do a presentation video file, desktop, time lapse. And then, yeah, that was the sunrise this morning. Coming up, sunrise over Cebu City. I think you guys can see that. You see that, sweetie? You see it? You see the time lapse on the feed?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, nice. Yeah. Oh, let's give it a moment here while folks get connected. Yeah. Sunrise. Still a little bit of that low pressure system. So, yeah, that low pressure system blew through. Not much of a weather event from that. But yeah, still a little bit overcast and rainy from that system that blew through earlier the week. So I'm thinking I haven't been really looking too much out. Let's take a look real quick what we got weather-wise. But it was kind of an not too bad of a weather system that came through. Yeah, so today we're looking at high of 88 degrees, pretty rainy day. Looks like the next 2-3 days are going to be a little bit rainy as that kind of clears through here. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. A little bit after the hour here, 7:03. We will get rolling here. Good morning from North Carolina. Hey, John. How's it going there in North Carolina? Hope all is good there. I bet got some weather going on there yet. I bet we're almost Thanksgiving, right? So I'm sure Colorado has had its first snow. Yes, Chris, how's it going? Mayong buntag, magandang umaga. Good afternoon, good evening. I hope all is good back in the good old US of A or wherever everyone is at. Joe the Latania, hope all is good there for you, Joe. Right? Hope all is well. Did you sleep good?
Yes.
Yes, good morning, Joe. Good morning. Hey, Rich, what's up, man? Good morning. Hope all is well there in Luzon. I believe you're in Luzon over there, right? Oh, no, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure where you're at. The gal is from, yes, Batangas. Good morning. A little bit of overcast weather, too, I would assume, kind of all throughout the Philippines right now with that low pressure pulling in some weather. But hope all is good there in Batangas. Beautiful, beautiful day. Giovanni, did you purchase through Amazon on the Philippines? Have you tried Philippines Amazon? Yeah, actually. So I order quite a bit through Amazon. I was an Amazon Prime member in the United States and use the service a lot in the United States. I still use it here. Since I've been here, they've opened up free shipping to the Philippines. So it doesn't qualify on all orders, but you do have to meet a certain price measurement. So it's got to be above $50 US. And again, it's not everything. that'll qualify. But once you get above 50, you can get free shipping to the Philippines. It also doesn't, shoot, when I was in Denver, I got same day shipping on some things, right? So you're not going to get that type of deal, but you can get it, a week or two, or sometimes longer, depending on the item. But yeah, you can definitely get Amazon stuff delivered here, and it is convenient. And I do recommend really kind of setting up that, like, your favorite items, especially the high quality stuff. We talked a little bit about that in some other lives where, a good pair of running shoes or these just really high quality things that you like that you're probably not going to find here in the Philippines. And I know that's kind of hard to know what's going to be hard to find in the Philippines, but shoes would be something I would, maybe order on Amazon, and then you can just reorder those right when you get here. So that's kind of what I'm the thinking behind that, as well as other clothes. I would say all clothes in general, and just, get while you're there in the US, and then you can just reorder while you're here. I did find a really good shop called Uniqlo. I'm becoming a fan of them. They have high technology clothing that is good for heat. But yeah, getting that stuff set up on Amazon now while you're there in the West, I think it is a good idea. Good morning. Yes, beautiful day here in Navali. Where's that at, Joe? Do you know? Maps. Navali. Do you know, Joe? And you know, not sure. LLI. Okay. Navali, Santa Rosa, Philippines is what's pulling up. Okay. Yeah. So just south of Manila. South of Manila looks like there. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. JC Golf. What's up, brother? Well, mabuhay. Make mine a double. I know, right? Yes. Good morning. Got my coffee going. Guys, I got up so early. I've got a lot on my mind, man. There's a lot going on between the move and figuring everything out. There's a lot on my head. I'm waking up early. Oh, yes. Filipino life with Janet. Good morning. Mike and Janet are back in Cebu City. I think they're here. They're kind of back and forth a lot through the next couple months. So nice to have you guys back. Good morning there. Hope all is good. Let's get together after if you guys want with some pancakes. Yes, Mayong buntag, dihan ninyo ug ni Joe. Right? Greetings from Duma. Wait, you're here, aren't you? Yeah, you're here. I just saw you yesterday. Or when? Yeah, yeah. We watch F1 over at those guys' house. It's really cool. Love F1 racing. Los Angeles dropping in. Well, thanks for being here, Clark. Yeah, man. Hope all is good in LA. I've been to LA just once. Went down to Venice Beach. My uncle was teaching at a Waldorf school there, and I went to see him. I'm trying to remember when that was. I think early 2000s, probably. Yeah, LA is great. Venice Beach, good vibe there. Good times. Mike, good morning. Chris and Joe. Yes, good morning, man. Yeah, thanks for being here. Appreciate it. Giovanni, I use Amazon here. It works. Yeah, Amazon's been great. No problems at all. Like I said, it's not quick, right? It's not going to be your overnight stuff, but it works fine. I think there's a sweet spot above 50, but below 200. I think above 200, you might get some import fees. But honestly, I haven't bought anything over 200 to know that for sure. But definitely there is a shipping like over $50. And again, it doesn't qualify on everything, but it works. I bought a couple things just recently. I'm trying to remember. I bought a bracket for my X3, a camera. I bought something else too, just to kind of kick it over $50. But there's a little bit of a window there. So on rainy days, y'all cribbage couple, who wins more? Yeah, we've had a little bit of rain. Yeah, but it hasn't been. I'll be honest, guys. The weather here has been non-eventful. I'm almost a year now in the city, and it's been nothing, man. Nothing. This is a mild low pressure, so it did have some rain and it's overcast, but it feels good. You go outside, it's not hot, it's a little bit cool. You got lows in the upper 70s. I mean, people make a big deal about the weather here in the Philippines. Granted, it does get hot. Summer months are warm. You don't have the cloud cover, but it's really not that bad. The weather here has been a shock in a lot of ways. Is how, this is coming from Colorado, right? You know, where I'm used to, cooler temperatures and things like that, and not much of a summer there. So the weather here has really been a non-issue. But yes, Cambridge or cribbage days. Who's been winning the cribbage matches, Joe? We've been busy. Gosh, we've been busy. We've been out and about. We've been trying to figure out where we're going to live, and it's really been an interesting dynamic as I'm looking at housing in Dumaguete and just really the struggles that I'm having finding a place. And honestly, I think it's not much different than Cebu. I mean, a little bit, right? It's super easy to find a place here in Cebu, but the challenges with both is you got to be here, right? You got to be in Cebu to really land a good place. You got to be in Dumaguete to land a good place. And how do you move somewhere? How do it's just kind of chicken egg kind of deal, right? Where you got to be there to find a place, but you're not there. So, and another challenge that we're seeing around housing in Dumaguete is it's a lot of houses. They don't really have kind of what we're in now. I mean, we're in a 30-story condo with hundreds of units. They just don't have that there. So you're moving to housing, which try to find a one-bedroom house. So you got more of these 2 and 3 bedroom options, and then the one of the goals is to kind of reduce my costs, right? So if I get a 2 or 3 bedroom house and spend 30,000, 35,000 pesos on that, I'm not really saving any money, right? So I'm not gonna lie, it's been a challenge, but yes, good times though, good problems to have, right? Good problems to have. Eric, just made it. I'm working on my passport at the moment. Okay, cool. To get the maximum expiration date. Smart move. More details to come. Yeah, good for you, man. Yeah, anything with an expiration date, right? Your credit cards, your driver's license, all that stuff. Just refresh it before you come out here. Yeah, really good. Good for you, Art. Good. And where are you coming? Where are you thinking about coming to the Philippines? EGV. Hey, Chris and Joe, really enjoy the positive vibe and the content. Will be coming in for my first time in January. Hey, congratulations, brother. Where are you coming to? Where your scouting trip? What's city you coming to? You coming to Manila? You coming to Cebu City? Yeah, let us know. We've got a small crowd in right now. We got plenty of time to talk. So let's bring on the conversation. Hey, Rob, Chris, and Joe. Yes, we meet again, my friends. Good morning, brother. Good afternoon. Good evening. No, LOL. I'm in Texas. All right, that's right. I'm in Texas and working on my move there right now. Same area as you. Okay. Your reviews, half the area have fit with what I would want. Help make a smoother transition. All right, cool. Yeah, good for you, Rich. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, good times. Yeah, exciting. Yeah, a year ago for me, it was late November. I'd already made the decision. I'd already given my notice at work that I'm moving. I already set up my estate sale stuff to come in and sell everything. I was really surprised how everything went. A lot of it, though, had to do with the estate sale company. I had a really unique situation there where these guys are coming in and doing a complete forklift. So I just basically handed over my keys and said, "Here's my car." At the time, I'd already sold my house because, with my divorce and all, I had sold it a couple years before that. So I was just in an apartment. But I gave these guys my keys. They took it over everything. So simple. But yeah, late November was an exciting time for sure because I flew out early December 9th, I think, or right around there. So coming up on my year anniversary. So good times, man. Good for you, Rich. Exciting. Yes, happy Thanksgiving, Sam. What am I most thankful for? It's really interesting as we were, kind of talking about Thanksgiving and kind of the origin of Thanksgiving, right? With the pilgrims being here and really kind of going through some challenges and being in a new world. And I really identified being in a new world and having some challenges, but, I am really thankful for being here in the Philippines. I'm really thankful for, the past year and all my experiences. It's just kind of the growth and development that I've had, especially in my YouTube and creating there. That's been phenomenal, but also too, just kind of what I was after here in the Philippines. I've had some setbacks, honestly, with my, one of my main reasons why I came out here was for health and fitness and that kind of deal. And while I feel like I've made, a lot of progress in like mental health and relaxation and just being in a more healthier environment, the Philippines, have taken some steps back over the past several months with my physical conditioning, and I've kind of gotten away from my running and exercise. But that's in the works again. Kind of gotten back up in there, but yeah, just really being thankful for being here, being in an environment that I really do love being in a friendly, happy, healthy environment. So yeah, lots of things to be grateful for and thankful for. How about you guys? What's going on in your world? What are you guys thankful for? As I feel that's a really, a great place to be in life, is just kind of look what's great. Look what you can be thankful for. Look at the positive things. So yeah, let's run with that, guys. John says, "Hey Chris, New Year channel. I really enjoy it. Happy Thanksgiving to you both." Thanks, John. Really, thanks for being here, man. Appreciate it. And same to you. Hope all is good there. Hope everyone's having a great Thanksgiving week. Benny, Chris and Joe, yes, Mayon Buntong, ¿cómo está acá? Man, your Basayan is rockstar, brother. Really is, right? Benny's got it down, man. Hope all is good there in Florida, brother. Hope you're good there, and hope you're enjoying the holiday as well. Same old here, for the most part. Really, like I said, we're in that conversation of what's next. And my lease expires in almost a month. So we've actually, had a little bit of shift and turn as far as where we're looking to be. Not fully. I mean, we haven't given up on Dumageddon yet, but we're really actively pursuing Plan B in case the housing just completely falls through in Dumageddon. So Plan B is coming around. So, but yeah, things are good there. I hope things are good. Things are good here. Hope things are good there for you as well. Giovanni says, "Can we get a lot of our food we're used to in America from Amazon there? I like to order my special deep fried turkey." Actually, food might be one of those things you can't get. So I was an English breakfast tea guy. I bought it on Amazon all the time. I can't get it shipped here, man. They won't ship it. So food might be one of those things, whatever, USDA or Philippines government, United States government. It might be one of those things that you just can't ship. I don't know. I do know on an airplane, right? It's one of those things where you have to be careful what you can bring and you're allowed to bring. So that's a great question, Giovanni. It might be one of those things that aren't really allowed to be shipped over. Rob S., happy Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to you as well. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't realize. So Janet's back in Dumageddon. All right. Okay. Well, we will take Mike out. We're actually going to be planning some sort of Thanksgiving dinner here. We're in the works of putting that together, but a group of us, we're definitely going to get together for Thanksgiving, and I'll grab Mike. You'll be back tomorrow. Well, join us. I'll let Mike know. It's going to be, I'm guessing, probably 15 or so, and we're still figuring out where. But safe travels. Oh, that's right. You might be coming back with your boy because he's in a school break, I think, maybe. That'd be great. Anyways, yeah, safe travels. Safe travels back and forth. Some items have hide costs. Sadly, you have to just search. Okay. Yep. Cool. All right. Las Vegas GP. Oh man, wasn't that? Man, the Las Vegas Grand Prix was so cool. Yeah, my buddy, we're both really into Formula One, and love it. And so I did some work in Vegas. The law firm that I worked for had an office in Vegas, and I remember watching that Death Star getting built. That was pretty spectacular. Yeah, the Grand Prix there was really cool. I'm excited. I think it's going to be there for the next 10 years. So that'll be something I'm looking forward to watching over the next several years, and to see, it's really kind of cool with that being that first race there, to see how, there's just a lot of unknowns about the track and the tires, right? Were a big deal. So really, really kind of cool. Really, I'm kind of a Ferrari fan, and was kind of sad to, see, Charles to get another pole position, but yet, not really able to pull it through. But great race, man. Great race. Yeah, no local Vegas folks don't like the congestion. I can imagine, man. It's already congested, and then when you cut down the strip, man, it'd be crazy. But that was the best race in the season, in my opinion. Max's mom, dude, he is just an amazing. I really kind of fell in love with Formula One from the Netflix series, which a lot of us did, right? It really boosted that sport. And Max is great. Red Bull's okay. I'm more of a fan of Ferrari and McLaren, and really am a fan of Carlos Sainz. I like that guy, Charles Leclerc, Lando from McLaren, and the new rookie driver McLaren. So I like those teams. I'm really excited that McLaren is moving up. I like the underdogs, right? I like that. But yeah, I mean, Max is an incredible driver. Really talented. I mean, in that last race, it would have been nice for him to kind of maybe help out his teammate a little bit. I mean, he's already won the championship. I mean, he could have probably helped Perez get second place if he would have been maybe a little bit more of a team player. But yeah, big fan myself, right? Yeah, really cool. Mr. Travolta, wow, yeah, Mr. Travolta, I love it. Hey, Chris, love the channel. Was the hurricane season bad this year? No, brother. It's actually, the weather has been uneventful, completely uneventful for me the entire time that I've been here. Now, that could be Cebu City where I'm at, talking with Joe, who lives over in Leyte, right? She's southern So Good area. She's like, Chris, the weather here is not what you have in Leyte. You've got definitely a rainy season, and as too as if you start tracking the low pressures that come in, they hit Leyte and then they work their way up to Luzon. So that whole Leyte, Samar, Luzon, they get a lot more rainfall, a lot more of that type of severe weather than we do here in Cebu. So really liking the weather here in Cebu City.
Summer right now is flooded.
Yeah, Samar right now is flooded. So Joe's saying with the low pressure. So yeah, it really depends on where you're at in the Philippines. And realize, guys, we think about the Philippines as small, but it's an area that spans from Detroit to Daytona, so just really long. So you really do have a long area that you can be in, and the weather is going to be different in northern Philippines as well as southern. I mean, it's still tropical kind of no matter where you go in that region, but still, it's a big area, right? Cebu, Cebu City, right in the middle of that. It's kind of why I chose this area. Great location, really centrally located. With you got the international airport there as well as ferries, so you really get anywhere you need to here in Cebu City. But honestly, as I was talking about earlier, weather's a non-issue for me. Non-issue, totally. Yeah, really liking the weather. Honestly, it's very very comfortable. Very comfortable. Yes, Philip, my own Bunta, Chris, ¿cómo está? Yeah, good here, man. Yeah, really good. Working on 2024 and kind of what's next there and housing. So just kind of dancing around a little bit with that kind of stuff. But yeah, doing well. Hope all's good there. Yes, Geo. Yes. So now you're in the summer months there in the Philippines. Not quite yet, actually. We're still in the rainy season. The rainy season will go through really December. Last year, when I was here in December, it was actually pretty rainy. We had, several rainy days last year when I was here, as well as kind of January. We had some wet weather. But yeah, so not quite into summer yet. Typically, the summer months will be March, April, May, I believe, is their summer. Those 3 months, but really kind of, I would say, probably March through June is more of that, and then you start getting into a little bit of the rainier months. But this year was really uneventful, yeah, as far as the rainy season this year. Not one, I think, just one storm we got caught in. We were heading up to Little Juan, and we got caught in the storm, and we sat in a gas station for a half hour, let it blow over. But just one time in this entire rainy season. So we've really had some good luck, but it's been uneventful. Yes, good morning, Janet and Mike. Good to see them. Yes, it's always great to see those guys. Yeah, really great. Love having them being up here and just talking shop, right? And that's kind of what Mike and I do, is we're both really passionate about YouTube and passionate about creating content and stuff. So it's really been great connecting with him and just talking shop, man. It's been good times. Christian, hey there, Joe. You look lovely. Come on over, Joe, and say hi. Are you sleepy still?
A little bit.
Joe's a little bit sleepy.
Hi, everyone.
Yes. Good morning, Joe. Yeah, I kept her up. Guys, I got up super early. I mean, super early. And I was waking her up every now and then too. Yeah. So, Oh, anyways.
At 2 a.m.
Oh my gosh, I did. I got up at like 2 and then kind of was off and on a little bit, but for the most part, I've been up early. Just mine is just racing about, where I'm going to be living and all this other stuff. And, we're coordinating Joe a trip back to Leyte. So it's just, there's a lot going on. Yeah. So, all right, good. All right, baby. Thank you. Yeah. Good morning. Good morning, Joe. So a lot happening, right? A lot happening, but it's good. Good things not necessarily problems to have, but good conversations to have. EGV, Chris, did you get the vaccines before you go there? If so, what did you feel are the most necessary? The list seems never ending. Yeah, man, I did. So basically, I went to my primary care physician and said, look, I did this actually before my scouting trip, right? I said, look, I'm getting ready to go to the Philippines. What vaccinations should I get? And there were several, dude. Several that they recommended, and some of them were the hepatitis. I can't remember. I can never remember which one, right? It's like Sri Lanka, Shangri-La deal. I can't ever remember which ones, but there was hepatitis ones. And dude, they take several months. Like it took like 8 months to get fully vaccinated for the one hepatitis. And it's over, because you get it over, it's 3 shots over several months. And then I might have gotten typhoid. I don't remember. I definitely got a tetanus, right? So I would go to your doctor and say, look, I'm thinking about traveling or moving to the Philippines. What should I get? And they'll look through and they'll set you up. But yeah, definitely a hepatitis one. And then of course the COVID ones before I came out, because when I got here, it was a requirement that you were vaccinated and boosted to come here. But that is not the case anymore. Yeah, great question. Philip, are you doing the American Thanksgiving? I think so, Philip. I think we're going to try to find a place. I don't know. I go back and forth. There's a couple of really cool buffet places here that we might try to go to. There's a buddy of mine shot me where they are doing American Thanksgiving, but there's going to be a group of us get together. Hey, and if you're in town here, and you want to do Thanksgiving, hit me up and I'll let you know where we're going to go. But yeah, group of us are going to do Thanksgiving out here for sure. Chris, if you get a 2 to 3 bedroom house in Dumaguete, you'll have room for friends to come visit. I know, right? And actually, that's kind of the plan, Benny, down the road too, is get a little bit bigger place where I can have, friends and family come and visit and hang out and stuff like that. I definitely want to do that. But yeah, good times. Mr. Travolta, hey Chris, love your positive channel. How are you gonna do the negative to the drama in Dumaguete? Well, I mean, it's just not limited to Dumaguete, right? I've just kind of said that for a long time now. There's more drama outside of Dramageddon than really inside there, and it's really not the case, right? I mean, a lot of that was just kind of talk on months YouTubers, and it's still the same way no matter where you go. But if you're living there in Dumaguete, there's really not a lot of drama. I mean, look, you could find drama anywhere here in the Philippines, and it's just stick to yourself, and it goes away. But I actually really liked the foreigner expat community there in Dumaguete. I found them extremely welcoming and open, which is great. I feel as a first time foreigner coming, so you can get there in Dumaguete, go hang out at Ground Zero, and you're going to make a bunch of friends. So, which is helpful. And then, if you want to get away from that, just you don't go, right? So, and same here in Cebu City. There is a big expat community. However, I think it's a little more challenging to meet guys here in Cebu City than it is in Dumaguete. Dumaguete is really easy to meet because there's really just 1 or 2 places where everyone hangs out at, and you just show up there and you're gonna meet some guys. And yeah, it's a good group out there. Was really impressed by that. I had a garage sale and made almost $5,000 off of tools and miscellaneous items. Yeah, I sold all my stuff through an estate sale. I try to sell some stuff on Amazon or on Facebook Marketplace. Like I was really into softball, and I had these 3 really good bats. I think I spent a couple $100 on each of them. And I try to list them. I was like selling them for $100, $75. I didn't even get a single hit on it, or it was just a scammer kind of deal that I got. So I was like, man, this is rough. But if you had the time to sell it online, obviously you're going to make a lot more money doing that. I just basically got rid of all my stuff. But yeah, got a check for next to nothing. If it wasn't for the car that I incorporated with my estate sale, I would have probably had to pay them to get rid of my stuff, right? And you're talking big. I had a couple 75-inch TVs, and it's just hard to get rid of that stuff. Yeah. You should make a video on how to come to the Philippines step by step. Yeah. One of the things that got me up this morning too is just this whole thing about helping people get here. And because I know what it was like for me when I got here, and I've helped several guys, really good friends, get adapted and gonna get checked in. So it's coming, man. It is coming. I'm really thinking about how to kind of make it all work. But yeah, it's easy and it's not, right? It's easy and it's not. And really what I see, the big thing for people is having guys here that you can chat with, that you can, like Thanksgiving dinner, right? In a couple days. I mean, come on, who wouldn't want to, come and have a little bit of Thanksgiving dinner with some friends and stuff? Just organizing these groups and get-togethers, that kind of deal, as well as your first couple weeks here, kind of, point you in the right direction as far as where things are at. It's just so key. And then having all that really kind of on video, as well as some community groups. I'm in the works of putting that all together. So it's coming, man. Absolutely. It's coming. I appreciate the idea though. Yep. Giovanni, are you having a traditional turkey dinner in the Philippines like we do in America? Or are you going to have the Filipino style Thanksgiving? Honestly, when I was thinking about it, I was like, we got to go to House of Lechon. We got to get a big stuffed pig. And that's going to be our Thanksgiving here in the Philippines. I mean, it's only appropriate, right? I've had plenty of turkey Thanksgiving. So, I don't know. But then there's also too, like, just kind of being practical. And if there is 20 of us or so that are going to go, then what kind of makes the most sense to do a big crowd like that? But yeah, so we're still kind of figuring it out, but definitely going to be doing something. And I'll try to record it. Most guys, though, most Americans that I know, they don't want to be on camera. So I'll try to record the event without putting people on camera, which is a little bit of a challenge. But yeah, we're going to do something for sure. We're going to do something for sure. I gave myself a month for the first time. Yep, I'll be coming to Cebu City for a week or so, and then from there maybe Baguio, Iloilo, Duma. Not sure. Any recommendations? Yes. So yeah, all great places, right? So I would start with Cebu City. You're right on there, and then Iloilo, and then forget about the rest. That's me though. That's what I would like to do, and that's coming from a guy who likes the city though. I lived in big cities a lot of my life, not all of my life. I lived on a farm in South Dakota as a small kid, but most of my life I lived in big cities. So I like the idea of walking out, having big city conveniences. I really do. I love that. And that means like Cebu City, and then but Cebu City is nice because it's a big city, but it's not. You can get out of the city pretty quickly. So I would start in Cebu City if you're a city guy or if you like that. And then if you're still a city guy, but you want something a little smaller, Iloilo. Yeah. If you're a country guy, right? Like I met, shout out to you, Chuck, right? Met some guys from Oki. Dumaguete is your place. It really is. It's a great place to start. So if you're a country guy, start in Duma, get here in Cebu City, then go straight to Duma. But if you're more of a city guy, start here in Cebu City and then go to Iloilo is what I would suggest. Or even if you just want a little bit more of that smaller city, Iloilo. Iloilo is a great option. It was a city that always piqued my interest until just before I came out here. That Canadian couple, if you watch those guys, they had that like a power outage for 4 days. That kind of spooked me a little bit with Iloilo. But other than that, I really feel like it is a really, really good option. The what do you call the boardwalk there, the promenade, they got the Ayala community there, which if you didn't hear me talk about that before, the Ayala communities are something to really, they're great. You're gonna be like, here, this is an Ayala community. The Cebu Business Park, IT Park's another one. Iloilo's got one. They're just really upscale living environments, and they're great places to be. So yeah, that's where I would go. You're right on track. And then there's a lot of talk about Baguio, especially for colder stuff. I don't know, man. It is different. I haven't been yet. I'll go at some point, but it's a different vibe out there for sure than the other areas. JC, glad to hear the Philippines still got you on your toes. Yeah, remember, just got to get up and win. Do it again. You'll be good, man. Yeah, brother. A month, I'm sure. So something will come your way. Yeah, God's will and all that. You appreciate it, brother. No, it is. It gets you thinking, though, man. It does get you kind of thinking about what you want to do and then what's next. And I can be a little obsessive about some things and a little bit OCD, right? And so I need to get it nailed down, and I'll be good. But yeah, it's good problems to have, right? Good problems to have being here. Gamer, yes. Good morning. Good morning, man. Hope all's good where you're at, brother. Yes, thanks for the food, a place to yeah, thankful for yes. Thankful for food, a place to live, my close circle of friends. Yep. My pastor in my church, absolutely. All my brothers and sisters, thankful for my life after a tragic bike 49cc scooter. Well, Rob, I'm right with you, man. I'm coming up on my 2-year anniversary on my bike accident. So I'm with you. Yeah, good for you. And there's some great churches here too, by the way. My buddy had found a couple, and yeah, some really great churches out here that you can find as well. So yeah, good for you. Yeah, I'm with you. Thankful for my IT grind job. Keeps my dreams alive from relocating to the Philippines. Well, got to get you out here, man. And I think you're in leadership, right? Aren't you a director of a shop? Otherwise, if you were a grunt like me, you could maybe be out here now working your gig. I meet a lot of guys. I meet a lot of SQL guys. I meet a lot of well, not SQL guys, but what was just like whatever sysadmins that are out here doing stuff. Because they're still remote. And these guys, and dude, they're pulling American wages and living here really, really sharp. So yeah, good for you, man. Uh, Duma is slowly becoming expat playground, and that includes the housing market on that area. Yeah, man, was really surprised by the housing. Now, look, I think if you're looking for a house, and I did a whole video on like Cebu versus Dumaguete as far as who I think would be good out there. If you're looking for a house, that kind of living environment, I think Dumaguete is great. 2 or 3. There's a lot of 2 and 3 bedroom houses. There's not a lot of apartments. So if you're just a solo guy like me, I actually don't think Dumaguete is a good spot for a solo guy. I really don't, for many reasons. I think you don't have the dating pool out there at all. It's pretty isolating. I wouldn't recommend it unless you're a guy that's been on a farm. You're good by yourself, or if that's I met a guy who actually really phenomenal guy, John. Shout out to you, brother. He's a trumpet player for the Singapore Symphony, right? Really awesome dude, really incredible. And he's in Dumaguete, but he uses that to just completely escape, right? He doesn't live there full time. He's in Singapore. He travels all over the world, really, but he uses that for just kind of the getaway. And that's, I think, what you really want to think about Dumaguete. It's that getaway. It really is. And I don't think it's for the single guy. Yeah, or just you want to be connected to nature and things like that. But yeah, it is. It is becoming expat. It is. I wouldn't necessarily describe it as a playground as much as Cebu City is an expat playground, but it is an expat community there. Great group of people, but definitely a quieter, secluded. There you go. Have a nice day. Thankfully, my kid finally moves out of the house and is on his own. It's been a rough 3 years, but can finally leave here. Move there with clearer conscience. See you soon. All right, brother. We'll see you soon, man. Good for you. Congratulations on that. Yep. And I get it, man. It's hard to time it. There's never a good time. There's always something going on. But congratulations, Eric. They will take 12 or 15-hour drive depending on what it is. My wife will stay for 3 weeks, and I'll be making my permanent stay, working the farm, and bonding with my boys. Oh, nice, man. Yeah. Yeah, nice. Yeah, good for you, brother. Yeah, good for you. Sounds like a good adventure for sure. My bucket list trip is to Singapore to watch. Yes, man, wouldn't that be incredible to watch the F1 race? I'm with you, man. There's going to be a group of us. We're gonna all go. We're already talking about it. Maybe next year we'll go out to that race. Same. That would be incredible, right? I'm with you, man. I'm with you. Plan B, if memory serves me right, you got that covered. I've been thinking of it for years, man, but just curious. Can't do the snip and sing it. Tomorrow. So yeah, I got that covered. Yeah. Oh, too funny, brother. Yeah, really looking forward to meeting you in person. Are there casinos? Are there casinos in Cebu like Manila? And have you been to them? And they have buffet like Vegas. Yes, there are casinos, Giovanni, and here in Cebu. There's a New Star, I think it's called. I have not been into that yet. Joe, we need to go out there. Yeah, we need to go. I need to shoot a video on that. It's very nice. A lot of people talk about it. The food is supposed to be phenomenal out there. Yeah, there is one. There is, Giovanni. It's New Star. It's beautiful area too. We did a video of that El Corso area that is right in there. Really up and coming part of Cebu City. So yeah, good times. Rory, hello, Chris. Just got a new paintbrush delivered from Amazon. Oh, nice, man. You're an artist. Yeah, that's so cool, man. Yeah, good stuff. Learn learn to be humbled for the little things in life. Yep, grateful that God's given me. I learned a lot since then. Just turned 59 last week, getting my ducks in a row in order before I moved to Phil's. Congratulations, Rob. I hear you. I just turned 53 a couple days ago. So, yeah, a lot to be grateful for, isn't there? I mean, here we are, right? Having this conversation. Either we're here in the Philippines or we're looking to come to the Philippines. We've got, kind of great things going on for us. Yeah, a lot to be grateful and thankful for, right? Absolutely, brother. Amen. Yep. To Cebu in 2 years. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, man. Yeah. Good stuff. Best regards from Germany. Hey, man. Yeah. Hope to see you soon, Erwin. Yeah. Met a lot of guys from Germany. Yeah. A lot of Europeans out here. A lot of those guys hang out at the social upstairs in Nyala Mall there. But yeah, met a lot of guys from Germany. Yeah. Good stuff. Binder TV, hello to you both. Is there much vintage car truck culture, car shows, cruiser, etc. over there? Binder, I bet there is. I don't know of it, but I bet there is. I bet there is. Someone commented in one of my videos about an old Camaro that they saw on the road. So I think there might be. It's a little bit of a challenge. Just it's not like Thailand, right? I'm sure if you're into that stuff, you watch. What's his name? The guy from Georgia. Ah, crap, I can't remember him. Yeah, guy out of Thailand, the blogger out of there, really big channels in old cars and stuff like that, or cars and turbos and really animated hyper guy, the boat races. But anyways, it's not like Thailand, but there is a little bit of that here. I think it's not something I'm into, but I think you could find it here. There's definitely a motorcycling community, a very active and thriving motorcycle community. With all kinds of clubs and meetups. For the first time ever, I'm actually part of a motorcycle group. We ride around in Cebu. I've done several rides with these guys, just really phenomenal group, guys out of the Motor Ace, which I did a video on recently. And I'm actually going to be doing I got part 2 of that coming up, because out of that video, there was a ton of comments on, hey, Chris, give me some prices, show me that stuff. So what I'm going to do is we're in the middle of shooting it right now. We're shooting the Honda, we're shooting the Triumph dealership, we're going to shoot the Harley dealership, and then we're going to go back and shoot Motor Ace. We're going to give you guys prices and all that stuff and show you guys where all these other shops are at. But yeah, so definitely a motorcycle, a two-wheel community here is massive. I would assume there's a car stuff. I'm not aware of it though. Kali, hi Chris. I'm here in Cebu with Florent. Yeah, nice. All right. Hey, if you want to do a Thanksgiving thing, let me know, and I'll message you if you can get, if there's a. So look, I'm in the process of setting up a couple of things. I'm setting up a Discord server and a couple of other things for people to interact with. But right now, if you want to message me, there's a Facebook group called Carefree Chris. You can message me on that, and I can give you the details on the Thanksgiving thing if you want. I don't want to put it out there fully yet, but yeah, message me on that if you want. Hey Chris, if someone lives in one of the nice condos there in Ayala and wants to invite a special guest, what's the policy or procedure? Asking for a friend. Actually, it's a really, really great question. It's a really great question because it's very secure. I moved in here in December, and I just was to the Philippines, and I was seeing all the security here, and that question crossed my mind. And I was like, what am I going to do if I meet a girl? Well, thankfully, well, I don't know, thankfully or not, but it took me 6 months to bring a girl over here. But so the policy here where I'm at in Selenia is they got to have an ID, and they don't like overnight guests. They're really strict on it here in this condo. So this wouldn't be a good condo if you're dating like a lot of different girls. Not only that, they start to judge and assess you, right? So you really do. You got to be careful about that dynamic when you're in some of these upper class condos where there's tight security. So it's good and bad, right? It's good and bad where it wouldn't be a good place to date a lot, that kind of situation. But it's also good where you kind of keep yourself. Yeah, Cully, I got your message. It is a place though where you have some security around that on the same side. So it's both good and bad. But really, really, really great question, because it is something to be thinking about. What people talk about that is, how do you word this in a professional or appropriate way? So when you first starting the girl, you never really kind of want to bring them back to your place for at least a couple of months, until you really get to know someone, that kind of deal. So maybe go on trips. That would be an alternative to that, right? Or, look for alternative housing, said differently. Before you really bring somebody back to your place, give it a couple months before you really kind of go that where you kind of invite them into your home, just to kind of get to know. But yeah, it can be a little bit tricky bringing guests into your upper scale establishments, because they don't really like that. Rob, Chris, I was shopping for groceries. I see that a woman's product on the shelf, Carefree pads. Yes. It's really funny, Rob. So when I was creating the name Carefree Chris, shout out to you, Jojo Smiler. She and I were good friends. I met her on Date in Asia, just good friends, and sweet girl. And so I was home at the time. I was recovering from my accident, and I was like, I got to create this channel, and I wasn't blogging then, but I knew I was going to when I got here in the Philippines. And so I was like, oh, what about Carefree Chris, Jojo? She's like, no, you can't do Carefree. Chris, Carefree is a name of when any Filipina hears the word carefree, they're going to automatically think of a feminine napkin. So I'm like, man, I was like, oh, whatever, man. That's all right. That's exactly what I'm trying to get close to. I'm creating the name anyways. So she's like, you're crazy. Anyways, Joe's over there saying I'm crazy too.
I was there when you talked about the carefree pad.
Right?
And you took off the pad and put it in your
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So it's just kind of whatever. It was something that was there when I created the name, and I'm like, I don't care. 2 a.m. That's a lot. I know. 2 a.m. Dude, I woke up at 2. Thinking about where I'm living is on my mind, especially just all of it, right? It's funny, right? What's the saying? And I've said this 100 times: no matter where you go, there you are. So it's just, here I am, right? No matter where I go, here I am. And yeah, I got up at, no kidding, I got up at like 2. I did go back to sleep for a little bit, but I've been pretty much up. And then it was like whatever, like 4:30 or so. I was like, yeah, I'll do time lapse of the sunrise coming up. So just call Joe Angel. Yeah, just Joe Angel in the morning. Oh, too fun. Yes. Yes, 7:30. Wow, I'm a half hour behind. Sorry, guys. We'll catch back up here. New subscriber. Hey, good morning. Yeah, thanks for the sub. I really appreciate it. Thanks for being here. Really do. Thank you. Joe's like sunshine after a dreary day. Yes. Sorry, guys. I'm going to catch back up. Chris, when you motorcycle into different cities, are you comfortable parking on the side of the road with all the other scooters? Are there a lot of motorcycle thefts out there? I haven't had any problems with motorcycle, anything like that. I do have a garage where I'm parked now, and I do park on the street when I'm kind of out and about. I actually don't ride really in Cebu City at all. If I'm going somewhere in Cebu City, I almost always just take a cab or a Grab. I'm not really. I don't really like riding in the city. I'll ride in the city to kind of get out of it. Like I'll do, whatever, if we're going south or going up Trans Central, but just kind of riding around to go do stuff. Like if I want to go to IT Park, I'll just either take a cab or I'll walk. I don't, because then I got to carry my helmet. And honestly, it's a little bit sketchy riding around in the city. It really is. And I would not recommend it riding around the city unless you are a very skilled motorcyclist in city riding, as well as if you've been in the Philippines for a while, right? So even if you're highly skilled, like most of my miles, the riding miles, I rode like I'd average like 12,000 miles a year, and most of that was city riding. So I would say I'm a fairly skilled city rider, but that meant nothing over here. So but yeah, to answer your question, I park everywhere. I don't really worry about that kind of stuff. I don't leave my helmet on the bike, but a lot of people do. But I have a really nice showy helmet with a Pack Talk comm system on there. That would be gone. But yeah, I don't really worry about that kind of stuff at all. Yeah, great question, Mike. Done. Yes, thumbs up. Yeah, I appreciate that. Hey, Xavier, my own Boontog, Joe and Chris. Yes, Chris, what? What do you say? Just applies for my visa. Okay, visa renewal here in Panama. You got 6 months. All right, interesting. Okay, yeah, I just tried to do the 6 month visa and online, and it wasn't available option. So it's nice to hear that the 6 month extension is there again as an option. Huh? Okay, yeah, really cool. Yeah, thanks for that input, Xavier, and hope all's good for you. Is it your birthday? Joe's saying it's your birthday today. Yeah, Scorpio day today. Yeah. Well, happy birthday if it's your birthday. Okay, happy birthday. Yes, Joe says hey to everyone. Hey, Chris, I'm doing good here. I'm just trying to keep the 95 Cutlass Sierra putting along. I should be getting some PT for the sciatica soon too. Yeah, dude, I hope that goes well for you. I know that was something you were struggling with when you were here. Yeah, hope that's going. Hope that's going okay. There are only a few YouTube bloggers I watch, and you're one of them. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Mike and Janet, Old Dog, Baby May, they get around Dumagetti, so you put out the best. Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And look, even if I don't move to Dumagetti, and it's still, guys, I'll be honest, this is very much in the air as far as where I'm going to go. But even if I don't end up in Dumagetti, I do plan on going down there, spending a couple weeks every now and then connecting with the guys down there. And I really want to, Paul asked me some questions about technology. So I told him, I said, let's follow up when I get here. So I do want to get there and follow up with him about some of the questions, as well as, see what I could do for others in that area. I mean, I was an IT professional for, 3 decades. And so, I have some expertise that I can help people out with down there. It's like, so I'm going to sit with Paul and go over some stuff he had, but really just kind of offer that out to anyone in Dumagetti and see if I can help someone. But so I'll be around there for sure, even if I don't move. Hey, Gary, what's up, brother? We were just talking F1. Yeah, we're gonna nail down the place, Gary. And I appreciate what you sent me. We'll look at that. That's got a traditional turkey. But there was a couple of other places too that I want to kind of look at, and I'll run by. We'll talk later on today. Maybe if you guys want, we go get some pancakes after the live and talk more about it. But yeah, I appreciate it. Hey, and thanks again for having us over for the race. That was just cool. Really appreciate it. Great race, right? Really cool. I sold my house fully furnished, including the TVs and appliances. Made it easy. Yep. This was lucky selling cars at the peak of the inflation market. Yeah. No. Yeah. I had similar luck regarding some of that stuff. Like I had sold my, I had a Tanneray 700 motorcycle. You couldn't find that bike anywhere. Actually, I sold it for exactly what I paid for it, which is unheard of, right? Brand new motorcycle, selling it for the same price with like 4,000 miles on it. Speaking of selling all your goods, did you sell your Roomba? Oh, my sister pointed out, brother, I've got like a vacuum obsession. So that's a little bit of my OCD where it comes in, is with the vacuuming. I had, but I haven't really used it much. Dude, I got a 22 square meter, studio. It's, I could do 2 swipes of the broom and it's done. But yeah. So yeah. So anyways, I like my vacuum. I like my vacuum for sure. I didn't get rid of it, but I haven't used it. But my sister had pointed out my vacuum obsession. When I got out of the hospital, I was in my wheelchair. I actually bought a little handheld vacuum that I can vacuum from my wheelchair. Oh, dude, crazy, brother. Yeah, it's so funny, man. That video was hilarious. I know what video you're talking about really early on. Oh my gosh. A checklist would make things a lot easier to put people wanting to move to the Philippines. They can yes. All right, brother. Yeah, really, yeah, what a great idea. I appreciate that. And I'll set something up like that. I'm really committed to um to making the transition here easier for people. And that's also kind of a factor too as I'm looking at 2024. And so things are kind of shifting for me. They really are, which makes me wake up at 2 in the morning as I get more ideas around that. But things are really shifting for me, and I appreciate that. That's a great idea. Yes, pardon the turkey this year. Absolutely, right? Hey, Mike. Good morning. Good evening, brother. Hey there. I can volunteer to you. How come the Philippines stuff? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Let me know when you get the funds to pay all expenses. All right. Beautiful, sexy, classy Joe. Yes. Isn't she incredible, Mike? So true, man. So incredible. So amazing. I'm still really far behind. Sorry, guys. I go on stuff. I just want to. This is what I want to do with the lives, right? Is just deep dive into stuff. We can't do it in the comment section. It just there's too much to talk about. So I really use these lives to kind of go on with stuff. So I know I'm behind in the comments, but it's kind of what I want. Really, why I like to do these lives. So I appreciate everyone's patience. I had a consultation with an international doctor. Here's what she said. Yes, Hep A, B, yep. Typhoid, yep. Tetanus, shingles, yes. Shoot, have I had the shingles? I don't remember if I had that or not. When I arrive in the Philippines, Jeff, I need to reach out to my doctor. That's a great list. I need to save that. Really appreciate that, man. Yeah. Oh, they have a dengue vaccine? Huh. All right. Really, really good stuff. Yeah, really appreciate that rundown. Really cool. I'm just saying hello from Houston again. All right, cool, brother. I'm getting close to the time to take my trip. Hopefully, be there March 1st. Then I can find my condo. Yeah, rent. We'll come back home. Yep, and sell everything. All right, cool. Yeah. March 1st. Yeah, right around the corner. Yeah, great time to be here. It's right when summer starts too. Yep. Exciting. Yeah, right around the corner, man. Right around the corner. Good for you. Yeah, good for you. BJ, Benny. I bet Joe looked at the Roomba and like, it is, man. So true. She's like, done. She's like, what are you doing with this thing, man? It's so true. Yeah, right on, Benny. Ilo is a nice place. Lots of islands not discovered yet for a foreigner. It really are. So many destinations, right? Just incredible. You can spend multiple lifetimes just kind of traveling around, touring around. And I do plan on doing a lot more touring, no matter where I'm at. Even if I end up here in Cebu City for the next year, doing more tours, especially southern Cebu, hopping on a ferry, going back over to Leyte, another good option. So just so much to see here. Right on, right on. Would love to work an IT job, go to the Philippines. I don't have college though, and don't know where to start. I'm 23, by the way. Yeah, well, you're young enough. You could go to college. You could go get a degree. Computer science would be phenomenal. But you're right. You can get an IT job. If you look at cloud services and things like that, system administration, that kind of stuff. Just try to work from anywhere. I worked in there for 20 years as an IT professional, but most of my expertise was like fly down desktop support. So that's kind of what I did. One second. Excuse me. I had a sneeze there. I think I muted. If I didn't mute, I'm sorry. I tried to hold it, but I couldn't. But yeah, that's what I did. I think I did mute that though. All right. Yeah, I'll go to college. You can really look for anything, right? Look for jobs. Ask chatbot, what jobs could I do remotely and make at least 40 grand a year? I would say at least 50. If you're 23, you probably want to make at least 50 grand a year. And when I say that, you're not going to need all that money to live here. No. But what it would allow you to do is pocket maybe 20 of that, right? You can live on 20 and pocket the other 20. And then shoot, by the time you're 30, you could retire, and so you work 7 years of doing that. if that's what I would do if I was in my 20s and kind of doing that is find a job I can work remotely, make 50 grand US, and then like live here or like live Thailand, and then just save that, right? And invest it, right? Get whatever, right? Do some index funds or whatever, educate yourself a little bit on the investment side too, and then invest that money where you're making 8, 9, 10%, and then shoot, brother, you'd be set. You really would. Yeah, good for you. Good luck. Stop being so intense. Oh, dude, that's impossible, man. It is that's Joe. It is just impossible. I need to rename the channel. It should not be Carefree Chris. Oh, so funny. Think of yourself as first wins of building low pressure system and ride it all the way to do it, right? Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. If I can't find a place to live out there, man, I don't know. Yeah, thanks, Benny. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, it was a good birthday. We just kind of chilled out here and did some stuff and went out. But yeah, a good day for sure. Really nice casinos in Angeles, okay? Owned by Chinese. Hotel casinos are actually Clark, the close to the Clark Airport. Okay, yeah, no, there's the New Star out here. A lot of people like that. Yeah, yeah. Happy birthday. Thanks, Rob. Appreciate it, man. Chad CB Media. Yes, exactly. That's the guy. Yeah, I love that dude. I haven't watched a lot of his stuff recently, but um, yeah, really like it. Manila has a big car culture. All right, sweet. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, good to know. Good to know. I would suspect so. Don't let turning 53 get you down. Just got herself. Yeah. Thanks, brother. No, and yeah, good times. Yeah, Latangas. What birthday, brother? I have two El Capones. Yeah, man. Oh my gosh, those are dangerous. The other things that are really good is the avocado pie. Now listen, I know that sounds absolutely disgusting, but it is so good. There's this place called the Treat Street. There's one over in IT Park too. But here in I'll do a video on it. It's that good. I'm gonna do a video on it. But it's above Roofstans, or right next to Roofstan on the second floor. It's a little, whatever kiosk kind of restaurant. It's called Treat Street. Shout out to my buddy John who introduced me to that. But there's also another one in the IT park, and that one's kind of on one of the entrances right on the left. Really phenomenal. You can get them there. It's the avocado pie. Trust me, gotta try it. It looks like a key lime pie, but it is so good. So good. Yes, Goldfinger couldn't stay in the upper class condo. Yeah, I wish I went down to the Doom. I didn't know about the Dumageddon meet and greet until it was almost like the day before it was happening. Somebody didn't let me know. No, just messing. But no, we did find about it kind of late, and at that point we had so much going on here that we couldn't make it. But it would have been fun to meet up with the Goldfinger who was there. What a character that guy is, right? That would have been great. Kali, I sent you. Yeah, I did see it. It came up. We're very interested. Yes, absolutely. We'll let you know exactly where we're going to be. I just don't want to put it out on the channel, right? But yeah, we'll let you know where we're going to be for sure. And I did get it. I did came up on my watch. So what you're saying is, so what I'm saying is, well, yeah, I like to talk. Yeah. I don't think it's practical not to bring your girlfriend back to your place for a couple months. I know, dude. Yeah, it's so Rike talks about this, right? And he talks about how just give it a little bit of time, before that happens. But you're right. But what you don't want to do, so the question was talking a lot about these upper scale condos, like I'm in, and like a lot of us will probably be in. You also want to be careful, like you don't want a revolving door of girls coming in. Um, for one, the guards are going to start talking, right? They're going to start talking to the girls. It's like, hey, you're the fifth girl this week, that kind of deal. And in Bisaya, and you won't even know what the heck they're talking about. And next thing you know, you got a girl just freaking walks out and leaves. I've heard stories like that. So you really got to you want to be careful about who you bring back to your condo for many reasons. But I understand.
I have a story.
Yeah, go ahead. Joe's got a story. Come on over close.
Yeah, so
get to know the girl first.
Hmm.
Don't bring anyone in your condo. Take months
Yes.
before you take them, because these girls can get crazy and will, get to your place without unannounced. So you don't want that. You don't want trouble in your condo. You'll
Right.
be the talk of the town for sure.
Right.
So yeah, don't.
Dan. Or well, we have a buddy. Never mind. I'm not going to tell that story.
Yeah, yeah. Don't take girls the first time you meet. It takes
You got to
months
be.
before you.
You got to
Yeah,
be careful.
you gotta be careful.
Right. Thanks, Joe.
These girls can get crazy.
The girls
Yeah.
can get
I
crazy,
know a
man.
guy who
Yes.
tried to get rid
We
of the
we
girls.
we can't tell that story now.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, Joe. I appreciate it. Yeah, but you're right though, Philip. I mean, it's an interesting dynamic. You got to be careful about that whole thing. Yeah. Yeah, great chatting. Yeah, yeah. No, right. Thanks, Rob, for being here. I do appreciate it. I think he's trying to say short time rental hotel. I don't know. You got to be careful about bringing the girls to your resident. You really do. Especially if you look. And I say this a lot too. I'm not judging anybody. I understand the dynamic, where we come from, and I meet guys all the time. They're just so excited to be here, and then they start seeing girls, and they meet girls, and they get the attention. It's so different from where I met a gentleman from Vancouver, right? He had been here like 3 days, and he like, I'm going home next week and selling all my stuff and moving back, right? It's just because of the dating and how different it is. It's just so. This is a gentleman, he's in his late 60s. He took care of himself, so he's in decent shape. But he went from an environment where he's dating nobody to where he's got all these options, right? So just it can be overwhelming, especially for us for me, guys. I'm in date like 4 years in the United States, right? So it can be a little bit overwhelming. You just got to be careful. You don't want to get in over your head and kind of make that mistake, and just kind of know your value. You're highly sought after. There's a Filipinos actually joke, the Filipino men, about us foreigners and how we typically date low hanging fruit kind of thing. And so just take your time when you get here. Try just relax, take your time, be a good guy, and it falls into place. But you're gonna have problems, right? You're gonna have problems no matter where you go. We live in a like life. What do they say? Life is a context of problems. Pick a problem worth your life, kind of thing. And so you're gonna have them here too. They're just different than what you're used to. It's really it's so fun chatting about this kind of conversation, because I see guys come here, and I can see what they're up for. It's great. So what you're saying, Chris, is if you have a harem, right? I know what you're talking about. Don't live in upscale place in Cebu. Gosh, I really want to live in Cebu. Other cities can you recommend? Yeah, really funny. Oh, too great. Too great. Mike, when you met Joe on a date in Asia, you guys chat in the site for a while. Yes, I have been on the site talking with a lot of Filipinos, and everyone wants to switch to WhatsApp. Or, Mike, great question. Great question. And I got some advice around that. I would stay on the app, at least initially, talk with them, see them. And then, because here's what happens, Mike, in my experience on that particular conversation right there, is that they're a scammer or whatever. They're just looking for a short time, right? Kind of thing. So I would use, and Date and Age, you guys, I'm actually a really big fan of that site. I think it's great. It's more of an online chat room than it is like a dating, although people do date on there. Joe and I met on there. But the one thing I want to tell you about that is that it's a PG conversation in the room. You got to be really careful. You can't talk politics. You can't swear. It's in English. So you really have to be careful with that. But yes, it's specifically what you're asking for, Mike, here. Stay in the platform. They got video stuff. You can stay in the platform, have conversations with them. There's moderators that are in there watching, so that in case it isn't, a good space for either one people, you can get, pulled out of there. So yeah, I would stay on platform. And then once you've talked to them, you've had maybe a couple of video calls or stuff like that. If you want to move to WhatsApp, I would move to WhatsApp. But immediately move to WhatsApp, I would not do that. I think you'll save yourself some time on that. Joe's got a comment on that.
Yeah, in our case, we moved to WhatsApp just because of the meetup. But if not for the meetup, we won't be talking in WhatsApp.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we strictly talked on the site only, and then like she said, because we were meeting for Synolog, a group of us, we created a WhatsApp group. But yeah, stay in the application.
Yeah.
Yep. Good, great question, Mike. In your travels, can you ask people on the islands what the fishing is like? I plan an island hop to find some good fishing locations. Yeah, that's something also too I've been a little bit interested in. Is fishing, and it wasn't until recently that Canadian couple, they shot that video in Iloilo, and I saw those guys fishing along there, that I've really seen people fishing. There was another video that we did in Liliwan when we were walking out. I saw a guy fishing, but I haven't seen a lot of people fishing. So yeah, no, that's on my interest. I'm interested in that as well. So I'll definitely ask around a lot more on that. I know we're kind of here in Cebu City, there isn't much, especially where I'm at. We talk a lot about this pancakes. Are they that good? Yeah, they're good. The Pancake House is a staple for Joe and I. We love that place, man. It's right in Ayala Mall in the terraces, and you can get there early. Realize the mall opens up at 10 a.m. I think the Pancake House opens at 8, and then to get there before 10 a.m. to get to the Pancake House, you have to go to one of the. I think there's 2 entrances where you can get in the mall early. It's one of the outside entrances. One of them is actually right next to the Pancake House. You can tell them that you're going to the Pancake House, and they'll let you in. But if you can't go to any mall entrance to get in there, right? But yes, they're good. Benny's been there. He knows what I'm talking about. It sounds like Paul has a new stand for his iPhone, and he needs help setting it up. I will reach out to him. That was one of the things I told him. I said, Paul, use me up. Dude, I did this work for 20 years. If you got any questions, I'll reach out to him. Yeah, I think we're friends now on Facebook. And he helped. I mean, he put me on his channel. He did a video and put me up there. So, and he didn't have to do that. And that was really big. So however I can help him out. I'll reach out, Benny. Thanks for that heads up. I'll reach out to Paul. Other than a sofa, table bed, TV, all my belongings are in a container at my friend's 5,000 acre honey ranch in Texas. All right, cool. Yeah, man. So are you shipping all that over in a container? I just met a guy, Joe and I met a guy over the Honda dealership. Yeah, shout out to you. Yeah, we met, and really great guy from Dumageddon. He was up here. He bought a multi-cab, and then he was looking at motorcycles. We chatted with him for a while. He said he shipped like 30-something, what do you call those, volume boxes over. So, yeah, can only imagine. Yes, Kevin. Hello again from Farmington, Durango. Yeah, cool, man. Yeah, hey, man. Thanks for being there. Appreciate it. Kali, you can only get the dengue vaccine if you've had the dengue fever or recovered. Okay. All right. Yeah, good to know. Appreciate that. Yeah, really good to know. How bad was the earthquake in Mindanao the other day? I've been trying to Google it. I'm not seeing too much on Google. Yeah, we saw some stuff on that, Giovanni. It looked like it was, 6 point something, but there was some damage that we saw. My buddy actually, who's here too, he messaged me and said, Chris, are you feeling an earthquake now? I guess there was one in Samar, which was a couple 100 miles away, and he felt a little bit here. But yeah, the Mindanao one, 6 point something, which isn't, massive, but it did do some damage for sure. Chris, how about a Q&A video submitting questions and answer of your most frequently asked questions on the live streams? Yeah, that's a great idea. Benny, I could do that. Yeah, great idea, brother. Appreciate that. God bless you. Just been subscribed. George from New Jersey. Yeah, George, thanks for being here, man. Really appreciate that. Met another guy from Jersey. Who do we meet from Jersey? Guys, I'm meeting like 3 or 4, sometimes 3 people a day. Love it, though. Love it. That's why I created the channel, right? Not doing it for money, as I made $125 last month. But yeah, been meeting a lot of people, man. Yeah, but really, thanks for being here, George. Really appreciate it. Hope all is good in Jersey. Yes. Hey, Morton, how's it going, brother? I got a video for you coming, man. A video for you. You were one of the guys like, hey, I'm about time, right? So yesterday we just shot. We're gonna finish up shooting today or maybe tomorrow. We shot a video. We went to Triumph. We shot the Triumph dealership. We shot the Honda dealership. We're gonna go shoot the Harley Davidson dealership, and then we're gonna go back and finish up at Motor Ace and shoot that. And we're gonna get prices. We got prices in there and all that stuff. I'll put maps and links to kind of where these shops are at. But yeah, hope all is good there. Yes, God bless you as well. Appreciate it. Yes, thanks from Toronto, Canada. Yeah, love the live stream. Yeah, man. Yeah, no, thanks for being here. Met several gentlemen we had dinner with last night. He was from Canada, but where Vancouver? No, he wasn't Vancouver. Anyways, I can't remember where he was. Oh yeah, British Columbia. Yeah, thanks, Joe. Yeah, meeting a lot of guys from Canada. A lot of guys from Canada lately. Yeah, good call. New channel name suggestion. F Intense Chris. I know it. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Oh man. No matter where you go, there you are. Right? No matter where you go, there you are. Since I'm 100% disabled veteran, hey, thanks for your service, brother. Appreciate that. Since I am 100% disabled veteran, wondering if I can use my college online there and get college would be an expat trying to. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know if the location would make any difference, especially if it's online, right? VPN, and you can set your location to anywhere. I don't know if how the location would make any difference. Yeah, great question though. That would be something you'd have to check with, wherever you're going to school at. I wouldn't think, since it's online, wouldn't think it would make any difference. Let's see. How do you say this, Joe? Mayigayan Karawan? Yes, Sir Chris. What's that mean? Happy birthday. Oh, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate that. Really do. Thank you. Is that Pasayan or Tagalog? Tagalog? Yeah. Yeah. Magandang umaga. Yeah. Appreciate that. The avocado cream pie was surprisingly good. Benny knows. Benny was there. You tried it. Happy belated birthday. You're right behind me. I turned 53 the end of July. Yep. Yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah, really cool. Hey, Mike. Yeah, for a couple of Al Capones. Yes. Appreciate it. Gosh, my stomach does not need it. I'm like the fattest I've ever been, I feel. I just need a big beard, a white beard, and I could play the part. That's kind of what's going on. I'm just getting ready for Christmas. I'm getting my Santa Claus attire outfit all set up. It's crazy, guys. It's not like when we're in our 20s, right? I was good. So it didn't really hit me, I think I'd say my late 30s, early 40s, before I really started, it started kind of putting on the weight. But I hit it late for me. And then I started where it's just like, man, it's not as easy anymore. I gotta run, I gotta work out to really, and now I can, you just look at food and gain weight. I can't eat, I gotta really watch, right? Oh well. I got a good 50 years. Hey, Joe. Could you heat me up, baby? Salamat. Oh, we got a water thing coming here in a second. Thank you, babe. Appreciate that. But hey, really appreciate the support. I really do. Thank you so much, Mike. Yeah, thank you. Stone Cold said so. Stone Cold ice cream?
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah, because Stone Cold said so. How much did Dayton Asia cost you? It's free, brother. Yeah, it's free. Yeah, no cost. Totally free. Yeah, good. Again, you just got to, yeah, exactly. You just got to be PG. You really, but shockingly PG. You got to be really careful. Yep. Everyone's saying it's free. It's free. Yeah. You got to be really careful. 11 deaths, a lot of damage in Mindanao. Yeah, it was, yeah, we saw some footage on that. 6 point something on the Richter scale. And looks like there was some stuff going on. Yep. Yes, Taco Nomad. Hey, Taco, did you email me on something? My My own Buddha, Christian Joe, just having a coffee and catching up your live. This instant coffee is killing me, dude. Let's hook up. Are you? Because I remember I just saw him, and so hold on. There's a couple people that have come here, and I think one guy I completely missed. I got really behind when we did the Doomageddon Straight to Behole, which was a couple weeks ago. We got really behind on our communications and emails. So I think there's one dude he emailed me and said, "Hey, look, I'm in town. I'd love to meet up," and I completely missed his email. So I almost thought that was you. But man, if I miss your guys' comms, I'm really just not set up for that type of communication yet. I will, but I'm not quite yet, and it is kind of a little bit of a challenge to interact or email me. But I'd love meeting people. So if I did miss an email or something like that from you guys about getting together, guys, I apologize. I really trying to meet everybody that I can, because we both really get a lot out of that. But yes, Taco Nomad, I love that name. My own.
You can reach me. I have my email.
Right. My own Buntai Christian Joe, just having coffee catching. Yeah, the instant coffee is a little bit interesting. But dude, there's some really good coffee too. Shout out to a place. I'm going to be doing a video on this too. It's called Huh? Yes, thanks, Joe. Tightrope Coffee, the best coffee that I've ever had. If you're here in Cebu, Taco Nomad, go to Tightrope Coffee. There's two of them. There's another one I think called Golden Cup. Really cool areas, man. Yeah, we did a vid on the resort here, includes fishing. Okay, Wang did a video. Yeah, on a resort here that includes fishing. All right, cool. Yeah. Giovanni, I think U.S. expats need to start a fishing charter company, or all together go out and charter a fishing trip. Yeah, cool. Since I'm in Florida and love fishing. Yeah. No, that's a great idea. Great idea. Yep. Happy birthday. Yes, appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Have you checked out CF Moto? A little bit, man. So I think that's I think that's that new Chinese manufacturer, if I'm not mistaken. They've got some new bikes that are out, and they've got some bikes in the or is that Cove? Yeah, that was a Cove 450. Maybe I don't know much about them. A little bit, I think. Isn't that Chinese, the new Chinese manufacturer, or am I thinking Cove? Looking at a Yamaha MT-07, yeah, sure, or Honda CB650R as a bike when I get out there. Yeah, Mike. There's actually 3 bikes that I highly recommend for the Philippines. The CB500X, or is now called the NX500, brand new bike by Honda. Phenomenal. Perfect Philippines machine for a full-size bike. Another bike that I highly recommend is the new Himalayan 450 that's coming out this year. Great ADV bike. Can do some mild off-road with that. You can actually do mild off-road with both of those bikes. And then the last bike I would recommend is a scooter. So if you're not into full-size motorcycles, go for a scooter. If you're okay with scooters, I'm actually not. Thank you. I really appreciate that. I'm actually not a scooter guy. But if you are okay with scooters, or you're not used to motorcycles, you just want to get a scooter, the Honda ADV 160, dude, you cannot go wrong. And I think those are really good 3 bikes to get. The MT-07, not a bad bike. But super torquey. The thing about the roads here is you hardly ever get above 40 miles an hour. So having a bike like the MT-07, you wouldn't. I think it would almost be more frustrating than it would be fun. Getting a smaller displacement bike, something that's not as torquey, you're just because you're going to want to open that bike up, right? I had 790 Duke, so I get it. You're going to want to play on that bike. And it's just, there isn't much option here. Maybe I'm wrong. I see some MT-7s around, not too bad. I really feel that 500cc range is really good. The Royal Enfield, I have the Hunter 350. I think it's a great bike. The rear shock, I think, is something that I'm just now seeing is something that people are replacing. And I could feel that too. It gets a little bit uncomfortable after an hour or so. So that would be something. But I think the ideal is in that 500cc range. In Luzon, you've got a 500cc range for interstates, but that's just there. Everywhere else in the Philippines, that you won't have any issue. But I do think a 500cc range bike in the Philippines, dude, I think you're right on. And so you're really looking at two bikes, the Himalayan 450 or the brand new NX 500, or the two full-size motorcycles, or like I said, the ADV 160, or what's that, the NMAX 155, I think it is. Those are, yeah, really good stuff. If you can't tell, I'm very, 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 very passionate about motorcycles. Very, it's just, I love that kind of stuff, and it's something I'll be doing a lot in the channel. Yeah, what does avocado pie taste like? And the next question is, why the heck don't they sell them here in the U.S.? Yeah, by the way, I watched Die Hard and can only think that guy looks like Chris. Dude, I get Bruce Willis all the time. My old employer, they just called me Bruce. You know, they called me Bruce at work. It was really funny. So avocado pie, what does that taste like? I can't explain it, Philip. I can't, brother. Other than it's namicayo. It is super namicayo. Yeah, it is just, it's amazing. It's so good. It is so good. Yeah, it is so good, man. I love it. It's actually, it's my favorite. And I love pie. I love, like, for my birthday, my mom, she wouldn't make me a cake or get me a cake. She would bake me an apple pie. That's how much I love pie. And this avocado pie is like my favorite. It is so good. So good. Yeah. And I agree. The avocados here are a little different. And they treat them more like a fruit here, right? You don't really have guacamole. But yeah, they're a little different here. And the mangoes, of course, I don't think you've ever had a mango until you've had a mango here in the Philippines. So, but yeah, sorry, one second. Someone's blowing up my phone. Where's that coming from? Oh, that must be WhatsApp. Oh yeah, lots of messages. Okay, cool. I'm getting some stuff on Valencia Reynolds. Whoever's sending me that, I appreciate it. All right, cool. Yeah, appreciate that, gentlemen. But yes, so really good. Highly recommend it, brother. You got to check it out when you get here. Yeah, and you're absolutely right, Thyard. So Joe, something showed up on my feed. It's Bruce playing with a kid. It was a YouTube short, and Bruce is laying down. She goes, "Oh my gosh, that looks like you." And I hope he's all right. I know he's got some health stuff going on, so I do, wish him the best. We had dinner last night. Okay, yes, all right. Yeah, I knew. Yeah, really. Hats off to you, brother. Yeah, that was fun. There's another guy though that emailed me, and I missed it. I sent him an email last night and replied back to him the other day, and I think I might have missed him. So, yeah. Let's see. S&R sells drip coffee makers. Yeah, yep. You can get drip coffee makers. You can also get a lot of stuff here in the Metro. In here in Ayala Mall, guys. So Metro is your best friend when you get here. I mean, you got secret too is on the bottom of the Metro is a hardware store, and then and then the floor above it is a grocery store, and then you got five floors or 6 floors, whatever the hell, above that. So when you first come to Cebu City, and if you're in the business park, go over to Ayala Mall and get to know the Metro up and down. Get yourself a little Metro card. You get points or whatever, but get to know the Metro. The Metro is going to be your best friend. I mean, when I first moved to the Metro or moved here, I was probably in there like 3 times a day, getting shelves, getting all my stuff. But yeah, really cool. Getting too popular. I don't know about that, but really, that was fun dinner. Yeah, really great getting to know you and chatting with you. It was one of the cool things that was fascinating about our conversation was when I showed you my X-ray. So, this gentleman is a medical professional, and that comment that you made about how they fused my my pelvis to my lower spine there, that was something I'd forgotten about, and was really interested that you commented on that from that X-ray. So that was really kind of cool. But yeah, thanks again for dinner. We both really enjoyed the food and the company. So yeah, thanks, man. Okay, let's see. I own a Toyota Tacoma and travel a lot in North America. Soon, yep, the Helix. Yeah, Nomad of Cebu. Yeah, that looks like a great vehicle for here. Love that truck. Looks sharp. You're right. Toyota Tacoma, pretty much, but with the Philippines spin on it. JC, you'd think that 7-Eleven make a killing there. Dude, they do. 7-Eleven is great here, man. It's a great little store. It's also too like a community spot, right? Like people hang out at the 7-Eleven. They got benches and stuff outside. They're good times. Slurpee break, lunch, afternoon snack, free dinner. Yeah, man. They serve warm meals there. You can get your rice. You get all that stuff there. Yeah. That is why I like my M15. It's quick enough, very nimble. Yep, gets you around traffic. Highways, Lausanne is a minimum 400 cc. Okay, yeah. So that Himalaya 452 would be great. Yeah, and you're right. So traffic, something light, agile scooter is ideal. I'm telling you, if you're okay with a scooter, that ADV 160 is you can't beat it, man. You just can't. Let's see. Did I skip over anyone? Nope. Okay, and then I found wrong Date in Asia site. They want no, brother, that's not the right one. Yep, it's dateinAsia.com. Joe's telling me. 1 second. Let me open it up on my other my iPad here. I haven't been there forever. Date in Asia. I don't think I can put links in here. But yeah, it's just dateinAsia.com. dateinAsia.com. Yep. Scott, brother, pancakes. Avocado pie is like butter. Yeah, it is a little bit like butter. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, it's so good, man. Isn't it? Isn't it so good? Oh, man. I hope you're good there, dude. Let's get some pancakes here in a little bit. Dude, I got up at like half in the middle of the night again. Benny, let's see here. Whatever the heck, Fang Power Company, common known. Okay. Trade to CFM Motors, a Chinese manufacturer, engine motorcycles, all-terrain vehicles, quadricycles, quads, headquarters in China. Okay. Yeah. I'll have to look at those guys. I have heard of them. Yeah. I have heard of them. Yep. And I know there's Cove also too. There's a couple of big there's a couple of bikes that are coming out of there that they're making a lot of noise. A lot of and because they're priced really well and they're hitting that market that small displacement, like the 400 cc stuff that nobody's really making. You know, it's really hard to find a good dual sport. And there's these guys, some of these Chinese manufacturers are making some of these small mid-size cc bikes, and there's just not a lot of them doing them. Now Royal Enfield's gotten into that too, right? You know, they've got a lot of the 350 and 411 Scram, and now with the 450. So Royal Enfield's really hitting that market. Now Triumph's getting into it, right? They did the 400. They got the 400. They got a scrambler and a street version of that 400. So, but yeah, I think the CF Moto as well as Cove, they're also breaking into that more on the dirt side. So yeah, really cool. Eric, Chris, I could just show up in Dumageddon and ask anyone where I can find Paul Old Dog. Yeah, you could go to Ground Zero. You could go hang out in Ground Zero and you'll meet a bunch of guys. Maybe Paul. I don't know if he hangs out there as much, but you can go to Ground Zero and hang out there. Yep, Ground Zero would be a good spot. How possible is it to find an apartment in CBYT Park under 500 US per month? Let's pull up that conversion. We will take a look. Where is my conversion? Convert dollars to pesos. 500 US. How many pesos is that? 500. So that's 27,000 pesos. Yeah, totally doable. So you'd probably be in either a studio, a really nice studio like I'm in, or you'd be in a one bedroom. I think the one bedroom, I can't remember, Gary, what are 35 there he's paying? So 35,000 pesos. I don't think he's paying that much. 35, 1, 2, 3. That's 630 US for like a one bedroom. Let's just say 30,000. Yeah, that's 540 US. That's a nice one bedroom though, by the way, right, Philip? That's a nice one bedroom. So I'm paying 20, but I'm paying 25 with parking. So hold on, 25,000. So that's with parking. I'm paying 450. right? But without parking, I'm paying 360. So yeah, you could do it. You could do it, Philip. You know, and that's in the business park and IT park the same. Yeah, you can do it. You'd have to shop around a little bit, but you could totally do it, bro. Totally do it. JC 7-Eleven. That's oh, it was in Japan. I loved it, especially when you're always on the move. Yeah, quick and easy eats. Yep. Although getting coffee out of the switch was yeah, the same thing. They are convenient, right? And um, they're social hubs also too, and you know they have everything there. It's really really good. I'm a fan. You suggest avocado cream pie pancakes to the pancake house. Yes, and mango pancakes. Yes, mango pancakes, avocado pancakes. Yes, I agree, Benny. I agree, brother. Eric. Yeah. You said something about foreigner going for low hanging fruit. Yes. Interesting comment, but I think I need a little more explanation. I'm a little slow and need some examples. Well, so the Filipino men make fun of us foreigners for dating like like women that they wouldn't necessarily date. They would call that low hanging fruit. They actually have a joke about it, about us foreigners. You know, you know, we don't whatever. But there is kind of a joke about it. Yeah. Eric Sumlin, whatever you do, don't show up at his house. But you could go to Ground Zero and hang out there, and you'll meet a bunch of guys. You'll meet a bunch of guys. I don't know if he hangs out there as much, but you know, you could ask for him and see if he'll show. You can also reach out to him. You could reach out to him. Oh yeah, you said you're a little bit technically challenged, but I would reach out to him on his YouTube page, and then you know, he meets guys all the time. He meets guys. The thing you wouldn't want to do is if he's eating his food. He's made a comment on this. He loves meeting people all the time, but if he's eating his food, he doesn't like to be bothered. Which whatever, you know, I understand. I understand. But yeah, or go to his house. I would not go to his house either. But yeah, show up at Ground Zero, and you're gonna meet a lot of guys there. The pancake house in my city is famous for their giant apple cinnamon pancakes. Yes, I got it. Out in syrup, or in my face. Yeah, I hear you. Man, there was this place up in Netherlands. So when I lived in the Denver area, I used to ride my motorcycle a lot through the mountains, Rocky Mountains. I used to ride up this place in Netherlands, and I can't remember the name of the restaurant, but they had these apple cinnamon waffles. Oh my gosh, they were incredible. Yeah, they were absolutely incredible. Yeah, really, really, really good. Low hanging fruit in the eyes of Filipinos. Yeah, I'm with you, man. I am with you. I'm absolutely with you. What was somebody? I made a comment on Gio's channel one time. They were, you know, talking about, you know, about why 20-year-olds date you or whatever. There were people just upset about it, the old age gap thing. I'm like, seriously? I mean, that's like being upset about somebody like the guy who's got millions who donates to a university to build a library, or you know, donates millions to build a hospital. I mean, why would you be upset at the fact that a 20-year-old something is willing to date you? You know, why are you even questioning it, right? I mean, we don't question that scenario. Why would we question why, you know, a beautiful young Filipino wants to date us? Who cares? I'm just glad that they're willing. I don't care if it's low hanging fruit or not. I mean, especially where we come from, right? I mean, you want to question that? Okay. Seems a little silly to me. Oh, anyways, Paul also hangs out at Forest Camp. Yeah, yeah. Gosh, so that's one of the things when I go back to Dumagetti, where if I live there or not, I want to go to Forest Camp, and it's also really funny the way they say camp there. I swear, for the longest time, they were saying Gump. I thought they were saying Forrest Gump. We're gonna go to Forrest Gump. I'm like, all right, what's this Forrest Gump thing? You know, I know the movie. We're going to Forrest Gump, but the way they say camp, it sounds like Gump. You know, we're going to Forrest Gump. You know, it was really. Anyways, yeah, Forrest Camp looks great. I think Facebook is good for contacting Paul. Yep. No, you're right. Yeah, I think you're right on. Or through his channel. What is the price point on bikes that you're looking at? Yeah, Island. So in the video I got coming out, I'm breaking down all the prices. I would say the average is around 400 to 500,000 pesos. So let's look at that. And yeah, the bikes I'm looking at, let's just say what's four? Yeah, I think around 400,000 pesos. So 400,000 pesos is like just over 7,000 US. Those are the bikes we're looking at. Now the scooter, I think that was 165,000 pesos. So the Honda ADV 160, it was 165,000 pesos, which is right at 3,000 US. So that's kind of the prices, right? Yeah. So 3,000 US to 7,000 US, depending on the bike. I'm all caught up. What do you guys want to talk about? What's your plan? Yeah. What's everyone's plans for Thanksgiving? What are you guys doing? You guys staying home? You cooking turkeys? Going to families? What's the situation like there in the U.S.? Everyone chill? Everyone doing family events again, or is everyone still kind of freaked out and not doing family events? I would suspect the latter, right? But yeah, what's the vibe? What is the Thanksgiving vibe there in the good old West? Tell me about that. I'll be interested. Sorry, my cup's a little hot. So you're gonna trade in or sell your current bike? Yeah, and that is great question, brother. It is one of the challenges when you're talking about a bike like this, because it is. Look, the average Filipino is not going to buy a 300,000 peso motorcycle. They're just not going to. So that's the other advantage of getting that Honda ADV is the resell. It's so much easier to sell that bike than it is my bike. My best chance of selling it is to one of you guys, right? And not to that. But you can sell stuff through Facebook Marketplace, but it is a challenge. Yeah, great question, man. And they don't really do trade-ins, right? I just have to sell it. Yeah. Great. You met John. His YouTube channel is Boston. Yeah, dude. That guy is great, man. Really, really dig that guy. John? Yeah, really, yeah. He's just a great guy. You know, the trumpet player from the, what do you call it, Singapore Symphony? Yeah, really cool. And he's got a place there in Dumaguete. Really, really good guy. Dig him. I paid 100,000 Philippines for my 2020. Yep. MT-15. Yeah, so there is a used scooter market. You can go out to Face Marketplace and you can buy a used scooter if you're doing that. If you got budget though, I would buy new, just simply because you don't know how things were taken care of. But yeah, there is a used market. Cooking a 20-pound turkey for yourself. All right, Mike, that's cool, man. How you cooking it? So one of my best turkeys I ever made, I did a smoker, and I did a smoked turkey. So good. I had like the R2D2, I think it was Brickman R2D2 turkey. I got up at like 3 a.m. and started cooking that dang thing, because it took like 12 hours to cook it. And yeah, that was good. I hear fried turkey is really good, but I've never done that. But my smoked turkey was really good. Yeah, and then kind of I was by myself the past 3 or 4 years. So what I started doing is I do a crock pot turkey. I get like a whatever, the breast or whatever, and I throw that in the crock pot, and carrots, potatoes, and all that stuff. So I'm with you, man. I'm with you. That's how I did my last couple. Have you heard any local reviews on the Honda XR150? I did. Did I see that bike in there? Let me just take a look here. See if I'm familiar with that bike. Honda XR150. 150. Yeah, so that bike is actually in the dealership. I haven't. I think it's just a little bit underpowered, Benny. If I was going to get like a dual sport, I would get the 300. Yeah, the 150 I just think or unless you're doing like serious off-road, then yeah, the 150 might be okay. But I think we're good with the 300. I think that's a really that Honda route, the 300cc bike. What is it? CR, whatever. I can't remember the dual sport, the Honda 300 dual sport. Dude, that's like one of the best dual sports on the market right now, as well as the Kawasaki 300 dual sport. I think the 150 is just a little bit underpowered for us. You know, I just think they're a little bit. This Q Adventure. I know Derek from Q Adventure. I've met him one time, but I don't know. I haven't met him otherwise. He seemed like a good guy. Yeah. Eric J. Thanks for that. I would never do that. I'm also somewhat like Paul, but I'm more of a loner. Yeah, man. Yeah, dude. Yeah, you could check him out. Yeah, I got your message, Chris. But yeah, no, Eric, you could reach out. Go to Ground Zero and hang out there. You're gonna meet a bunch of dudes out there. But yeah, no, I hear you, man. I hear you. Turkey, trimmings, pie, football, nap, repeat. I hear you. Sounds like a good time, man. Sounds like a good time. Motorcycle, not a scooter. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And dude, so I actually bought a Click 125 and I just wasn't comfortable on it. Not at all. The rear brake on my left hand, I didn't even really drive it. I rode around the city maybe 2 or 3 times, and then I was like, I need a motorcycle. But if you're new to riding and that's not an issue for you, then maybe just start at the scooter, get that. Or if I would have rode with it for a while, I would have adapted. But I wasn't really comfortable with it. And as a rider coming off of an accident, I really needed a little more security. Right. So I just went with a motorcycle, and I like that. And I also feel the bigger front tire, helps you with obstacles. Like if a dog comes out in front of you on a scooter, you're in trouble. On a motorcycle, most of the dogs here, you probably go right over without an issue. Right. And I know that's kind of gross or whatever, but just being, honest about that's something to think about as you're talking about scooter versus motorcycle. But yeah, I mean, if scooters are fine with you, lots of options here, as that's what most people ride here. Bigger bikes are not common. Most of the bikes are, below 200cc. Like 90% of the bikes here are below 200cc. Doing an oven bag. Yeah, left over for a couple weeks. Yeah, I've done an oven bag myself. It's an easy way to do it. Yeah, good for you, man. That sounds good. Sounds lamikayo, as they say. Always late, Mark Dallas. Hey, Mark. Hope you're good there. Yeah, you're a working guy. Yeah, hope you're good, man. Yeah, really appreciate being there. Hope things are good in Dallas. What are you doing for Thanksgiving, brother? What's your plan, man? That's what we're talking about now. Taco Nomad Filipina P does a great video called "Curse of the Hot Filipina," talking about Westerners having different criteria for beauty. Yeah. All right, I'll have to check that out. I haven't watched a lot. I'll be honest, I haven't watched a lot of other vloggers like I did when I was thinking about moving here. Once I got here, I don't watch nearly as much. Rike comes up on my stuff every now and then. I just feel like he's got good content again. Since he got back to the Philippines, I really feel like I resonate with his content again, like I did when he was here before. But he's probably about the only one I kind of tune into. That, and I like Chad Foster. He and I met a couple times. And, of course, Mike and Janet, those guys too. But I don't really watch a lot of YouTubers anymore. And P is great. I like her. She's more, I like the more natural kind of stuff. I don't like so much scripted. It's just my own style, right, too. And my own videos are very natural. Probably too natural, too raw. But yeah, no, it's great, man. Yeah, it's really cool. I was curious about the XR150 in general, possibly for myself. It sells for fairly decent price. Yeah, it's in my video. I don't think I showed it, but you could see it. I walked by it. It is there. There's another one too that they've got. I also think they offer that in a 300, which looks pretty good. It's got a little bit of a lower seat height, but yeah, the 150. I just feel, brother, Benny is a little bit underpowered, and I think you would reach the limit of that bike really quick. Versus if you even just stepped up a little bit to a 300cc bike, you'd be just fine, brother. And you could ride that bike for as long as you wanted. 150, I think you're gonna hit really quick. as far as the limitations. Speaking of motorcycles, I'm pretty solid on the Rebel 500. Yeah, pretty sold on the yeah, great bike, right? It's in my video coming up. I there's some pictures of it. I hope they stock that. Yeah, man. Yeah, there's a couple right here right now. I'm looking for a distance riding bike that I can double down as a Dumagetti bike. Any thoughts? I think it's an okay bike. So the thing you want to watch for on that bike, and I don't know, I never rode it, but when you got a cruiser like that and you've got forward pegs, is a lot of your weight is on your tailbone. So I had a similar bike. I had the Kawasaki Vulcan S650, and I can only ride on that bike for like an hour. It had forward pegs, like my feet were like kind of out like that, but all my weight was on my tailbone. So I got tired. I think a better bike for like touring, and if you're not going to tour, what I mean that is like 2 or 3 hours in the saddle, and that can be a little bit hard to do on most islands because you're going to hit water pretty quick. But if you're looking to ride 2 or 3 hours in the saddle, I would actually go more towards a more upright riding position, like the CB500X or the Himalayan, or yeah, those two bikes in particular, or even just a naked bike. But the problem with like the naked bikes is they're really designed for street, and you just don't have, something that's got a little bit softer suspension is really great for the roads here. Something that absorbs it. So, but yeah, I mean, I think you could be fine with a Honda Rebel 500. My only concern about that bike would be the riding position, and what is it like after 1 or 2 hours in the saddle would be my only concern about that bike. If it's designed where you don't fatigue and the triangle is really good, I think that would be another great bike, especially for the guys who like cruisers and that kind of market. So yeah, great question. Yeah, Q Adventure have a motorcycle dealership. I don't know. I don't think he's got a motorcycle dealership. I think he might rent bikes out. I think he's buying Scott's bike, right? Regular guy's bike. I think he's helping him out with that because, and that's a good point as we're talking about bikes, is the registration process takes a couple months. So I think Derek is buying Scott's bike for him, so that way it's getting registered. But I don't think he's a dealer. I could be wrong. I'm not sure. I did meet him once. Great guy, but I haven't really talked to him outside of that. For my Thanksgiving meeting with my expat group at the Texas Roadhouse. Nice, man. Yeah, nice. Yeah, really cool. That sounds good. Yeah. Yeah, tough on the tailbone. Yeah. Nice and quiet Thanksgiving. Being quiet. I've been watching Chad Foster too. Yeah, plus Mike. Yeah, Janet B. Chad's a great guy. I really liked him. I watched him a lot when he first started out. And then he went back to the States for a little bit. And he and I've run into him several times. So I ran into him here in Cebu, and I've run into him down in Dumagetti. He gave me a phone number for a contact for a possible condo there in Dumagetti. Just like I said, though, I'm having no luck at all of finding a place there. And I might have a place here lined up. Supposed to be looking at it here in Cebu City. It looked like a phenomenal place. A gentleman that we had met, and he's just looking to rent it for the next several months before he retires. And this place, I might not be able to pass up on. It looks like it might be just that phenomenal, really good area of town, really nice resort kind of living, and it might be right in my price range as well too. So yeah, we'll see more on that for sure as I find out more. The next couple weeks, I should really get nailed down. I mean, I have to. My lease is up in a month, so I really have to nail down where I'm going to be at here soon. So, yeah. I meant to ask you about bikes maintenance on bikes, Royal Enfield, Triumph, BMW, if you're traveling out of the provinces. Yeah, great question. So the nice thing about being based out of Cebu is we really have access to all of these guys right here. The Royal Enfield, there's authorized dealer. Triumph, you're going to see in the video that I just shot. It's a full service center there in Triumph. They've got full service op mechanics and all that. Gosh, you know what? Thanks for that. Appreciate the reminder on BMW, because I want to go on and shoot BMW as well. I do think there's a Ducati dealership too. So I'm going to find the BMW and that. But here in Cebu, dude, we can get all the service we want. Anything we need here for the bikes. But once you get out, you're not going to find it. So that's one of the disadvantages I feel of getting a bigger bike. But I would think with a Honda, you'll be in better out of all those bikes, out of Royal Enfield, out of Triumph, out of BMW. You'll be, I think, more likely to get service done on a Honda than you would on any of those other bikes. So you're going to be a little bit limited in those as far as the areas that you could live if you need service, which, let's face it, most of us are going to need. It's not like we're going to have our tools with us, right? So yeah, that's a great question too, and definitely something to consider. Not an issue if you're in Cebu but yes, an issue. Like for me, it is something of I look when I'm looking at Iloilo, right? It's like, well, does Iloilo have a motor race where I can get my work done on my Royal Enfield, right? And I don't think they do. So I would have to, from Iloilo, I'd have to go down to Dumaguete to get service done on my bike. So it is a factor, absolutely. And with Honda, dude, they got Honda dealerships everywhere, and Honda big bike dealerships quite as common as well. So that interesting little something to consider right there. Great question. Can you carry luggage packs on those bikes? So yes and no. It is one of the problems that I have, honestly, with my Hunter 350 is because it's such a new bike. There's no really Gibi, and I haven't set up a luggage rack on that yet. So we are struggling with luggage on that bike, and it's actually made it. It's a big deal because it means Joe can't really travel with me on the bike. So, and it is also why I'm looking at like the CB500X and the Himalayan 450, because those adventure type bikes, they already have all that stuff set up, right? You can get all kinds of, you can get panniers, you can get racks, you can get all that stuff. So it does make it a lot more convenient to travel on those bikes. That's the nice thing about the scooter. If you're okay with a scooter and having an ADV 160, it's built in, man. You got 20 plus liters of storage right under your seat. And then you can get a top box. I mean, you can carry so much on a scooter. They're extremely practical machines. They really, really are. And it's why 90% of the population rides them, right? So to answer your question, yes, but it depends on the bike. And then, obviously scooter being really that best bet for luggage. Benny, is the current Himalayan a 350? You said the new one will be a 450. Yes. So Royal Enfield just developed a brand new engine for this 450. I think they call it the Sherpa. It's a single cylinder liquid cooled engine. Really excited about that engine. It's going to have a lot of low end on it, which is great for like off-road stuff. It could be a unicorn bike. It could be a bike that the motorcycle industry and the enthusiasts like myself, we've been wanting a mid displacement bike. They're just not out there. Something that you could really take off-road with confidence. A lot of this, you got the big like 1250 GSs and Tanares and all these big, massive adventure bikes that are just so heavy. Unless you have really high skill riding off-road, they're just not practical. I mean, you could drop that bike twice, like a 1250 GS is actually kind of easy to pick up, but they're 30 grand, right? Versus like a Tanner 700, which I owned. You try lifting that bike 4 or 5 times up off the ground and you're toast, especially as most of us are over the age of 50, right? So these smaller, lighter weight kind of off-road adventure bikes, they're just not out there. And so it's what really a lot of us are excited about, really excited about. Anything in the 400cc range. The one of the bikes that's out there is the DRZ, Suzuki DRZ. What is it, 400? It's carbureted bike, right? That's how old that bike is. Maybe early 2000s. That's where it's just there's nothing else there. So now a lot of these manufacturers like Benny, like you pointed out with Cove and then the CF Moto, I think those guys are really putting out this middleweight stuff. So yeah, it's gonna be really interesting. Yeah. Ducati Monte Morton sounds good. The Colte Multistrada V4 rules. Best bike I ever had. Yeah, a lot of. I'll see if I can. We'll shoot BMW and Ducati. I think they're right next to each other. I wasn't planning on shooting that, but since I'm doing this video, I'll definitely go out there and shoot those as well. Because I've rode by them. I rode by the Ducati dealership the other day when we were checking out tire stuff. So need to check it out. My favorite bike that I ever owned was the 790 Duke. That bike was magical. So much fun. The quick shifter, I don't if you guys have ever been on a quick shifter. I mean, it's just so fast, it's so much fun. I could be, you know, just hold that throttle down and blip up through the gears. It's just like 100 miles an hour in seconds. So fast, so fast. Absolutely. And with the traction control, you didn't have to worry about the front end coming up. You just shift right through the gears, and it's just so much fun. Yeah, until it's not, right. So I'm glad I'm here. I'm glad I'm riding in roads you can't even get above 40. So a lot slower riding here, gentlemen. It really is. It's so different riding here than in the West. You don't get above 40, which, as I was talking the gentleman last night too, that the riding gear is then different, right? So as far as protection, everyone wears a helmet most of the time, but nobody wears anything else beyond the helmet. So and not that you kind of have to follow the rule, but it's just you're going so slow that some of the gear is just hard, and then you got to store it, right? So it's different. I can hear Joe thinking, buy a car. Yes. Yeah, I mean, she likes riding too, but yeah, the bike has been the challenge. I'm not going to lie. And it's fun for day trips, right? Like if we want to go up to the mountains and have some lunch or stuff, we can do that all the time, every time. But, when we're talking about doing these long trips, or if I got to go down to Dumageddon, or even when we went back to Leyte, we had her travel separately. So she likes the motorcycle. She likes being on it. We don't like the one we have, She actually really likes the bike. Yeah. But the bike we have just doesn't work for 2-up, unfortunately. So Filipinos prefer cars over bikes. My wife doesn't like to climb on my Rebel since she has afraid. Yeah, the sun. Yep. Too much sunspots on her skin. Yeah. 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 Joe got fried on the back of my bike too. When we went down to Simula, she got fried on one of our first early trips. Yeah. But we both like riding. I'm a fan. She likes it too. We go, especially, going up in the mountains. Really, we love that, going up there. But just like you said, the bike we have, it's not. I think some modifications and it would be okay. Like once the aftermarket catches up, I think changing out the rear suspension a little bit, the rear springs would help. I just saw somebody do that on my bike, and then also too getting some GV bags. Those two things alone, I think, would make a big difference. Oops, I skipped it over. Yeah, okay, yeah. BJ, the current Himalayan, yeah. So good point. The current Himalayan is a 411. They just released a. They just released 452 though. So they just released it. It should be hopefully in the dealerships early next year. But they did just come out with a brand new Himalayan, which has got a lot of hype. But you're absolutely right, Jake. The current one is a 411 that's available in the stores today. But I would wait. Yeah. Is ABS necessary in the Phillips? That's a great question too, Philip. I don't think it matters where you're at. I think, look, if you've grown up motorcycling your whole life and you're highly skilled at braking, then yeah, I still know guys that are like, I don't want ABS. But if you're like an average Joe like me or whatever, and you did not grow up on a motorcycle, then yes, I would say ABS is necessary no matter where you live. And that just because your natural instinct is to grab onto that bar and brake, right? And if you have ABS, you're fine. It's gonna adjust that braking caliper so that way the tires don't spin. So I'm a fan of ABS, and I think it's great. There are a lot of studies though that actually, highly skilled motorcyclists, they can actually brake faster without ABS, right? But that's not me. And in the panic situation, you're gonna grab, and if you don't have ABS, you're gonna grab, and the bike's gonna go right out from underneath you, right? So having ABS is gonna allow you to really brake, emergency braking, I feel, a lot faster for most of us, right? Yes, wearing helmets only in the city and not in the provinces. Mayang buntag, magandang got a lot. Yeah, thanks for being here, brother. Yeah, and it's true, and it really depends on where you're at, right? We've been around Some provinces there's no helmets anywhere, and then some of them it depends on what part of so Bantan Island, right? Your hometown. So we were in Bantan Island. We're riding around there, and one part of the island, the Santa Fe area, you can ride anywhere. No one's wearing a helmet. But as soon as you cross over to the city of Bantan, boom, you got to have your helmet on. We actually got stopped, and the guy was like, I had my helmet on, but Joe didn't. She's like, where's the helmet? Back at the hotel. It's like, go back and get it, right? So yeah, it really depends on where you're at. And then shoes. So shoes are, you got to have closed-toed shoes in most of your places. And I rode around Comodos Island in my slippers, right? And that, but here I wouldn't dream of doing that in the city. So it really it depends on where you're at. But yeah, good morning, brother. Hope you're good there. I'm looking forward to tonight. So we're going to be going to Speakeasy, and we're going to be listening to some jazz music. So my buddy here, John, is introducing me to some really spectacular things here in Cebu City. So shout out to you, brother. Appreciate it. Ampine. Yeah, thank you, man. Really, let's talk later too. I'll send you the information on Thanksgiving. So I'll send you that too. I've seen plenty of people wearing helmets in the Philippines. Yeah, no, it really does. It depends on where you're at, whether or not it's strict or not. But yeah, a lot of people do. But then you'll see the situation where you got the whole family on a scooter, and mom and dad are the only ones in helmets, right? So it kind of depends on where you're at. Yes, ABS not necessarily. Dad bods also. Yes. Oh, dude, that's funny. Buy without a chin strap. Yeah, buy without. Yeah, or no, or don't connect it. Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. Right. Oh, too funny. All right. Yes, but without chin strap on. I got you, Benny. Yeah, they got them on and they're without the chin strap. I gotta loosen up my chin strap. It's really kind of pulling down, and there's been a couple times where I'm like, my helmet's too tight. Can have that thing unbuckled. Oh man, ABS for sure on concrete roads can be very slippery. Yeah, I agree. But there's some guys, Morton, too, that are like, I've been on a bike for 30 something years. I brake better without ABS. There is some, very few, but that is an argument for some people. And I don't know if you watch, what's his name? Ryan F9. I think he did a study on braking with and without ABS. And he can brake faster without ABS. So for me, I'm all about it. And I think for 90% of the population, ABS is the way to go. But it's interesting too. I think in the United States, I don't think you can get a bike without ABS. I think it actually has to have ABS on it, and it might not be the case here. I'm not sure on that, but I'm a fan. I mean, like I said, my natural reaction is to really grab onto those brakes, and when you do that, of course, the anti-lock braking system will kick in and keep those tires on the ground. Honda PX 300. Yeah, Goldwing Mini. Look at the picture. It's what I want. Yeah, let's look at that. Let's look at that real quick. Honda. Oh, the PCX. I think I do know that. PCX 300. Yeah, let's look at that. I did see the PCX. Yeah, it looks great. Yeah, that looks good. I'm more of a fan of the ADV than the PCX, but good bike. Good bike. ADV just has a little more of that off-road character to it, which I think is helpful here. Most of the time you're going to be on paved roads, but even then you're going to have potholes, and just having a little more of that suspension is going to help in your comfort, is why I like the ADV. And then if you do hit the gravel road and stuff like that, the ADV's got, more suspension travel, as well as a little more, dirt aggressive tires on there, for I would hardly say it's, dirt tire, right? But it's got a little more, you could do street and gravelly road kind of deal versus the PCX, which is more street bias. But, either one, I think you still a good machine. Yeah, please get the price on the Hemi 450 in the Philippines. The Hemi 450. What bike is that, brother? IMI 450. I don't know that bike. Huh. Oh, Himalayan. I got you. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Dude, nobody knows the price on the Himalayan. Nobody knows it, right? They're not I don't think they do unless yeah, I'm with you, man. I see it now. The I don't know the price of that. Have they announced? I don't think they have announced the price yet. I'm interested too. I'm interested too what they're going to wear. I always wear a helmet, shoes and gloves. Yep, to be able to ride the other day. Yeah, I'm with you. I have a helmet. I have a really nice. I bought a really nice Shoei helmet. Really nice helmet. You've probably seen it, right? It was hard to find. I had to go to SMC side to get it. No other helmet shops here that I went in sold really a Shoei. In my head, fits really good in the Shoei helmet. So I got that helmet, and I used to wear gloves all the time. I stopped wearing my gloves, and I wear shoes. I wear shoes like 99% of the time. It was just in Komodos. I felt I was just wearing slippers. Oh, maybe in a ride that we didn't do Magette, I was in slippers. But most of the time, I'm in, like I said, 90% of the time I'm in shoes. Now I don't wear riding shoes like I did in the States. I actually didn't bring any riding shoes with me. I'd sold all those, but yeah, it's just it is different here. That's for sure. When I was there, I saw a lot of people riding with two long sleeve shirts. One pulled halfway off. Yep, get that figured out. You have to figure that out. Yeah. Well. So yeah, so I see guys. You're right. They have one. So what I think they do is they pull a shirt up over their arms, and they just to cover their arms for. I think that's mostly for sun protection. Yeah, you're right. I have seen that too. So they'll have a short sleeve shirt on underneath, but then they do a long sleeve shirt over their arms just to cover their arms so they don't get fried. I think what that's about. Yep. The price got out yesterday. Ah, yeah. I don't know what they're priced out here. I'll have to look that up. I know they hadn't. Okay, I'm just looking here. According to Moto Deal, the Himalayan 411. Yeah. How much is the 450 though? Do you see the price on that? Because that's what we're talking about is the 450. I'd known that they had not released the price yet. Himalayan IMIL. Yeah. Hold on. Let's see if we can find a Himalayan. Yeah, Himalayan 450 price. I'd be really interested. 24 hours ago, the Royal Enfield Himalayan 450 is expected to carry a starting price of, so this is in, what the heck is that? Is that rubles? 2.5. Hold on a second here. Hold on a second. I think I might have found the price. Himalayan. Let's look at this here. 24 hours ago. You're right. They might have just dropped the price on this. Let's see here real quick. Or not dropped, but shown. Yeah. So what does that convert out to? Let's pull up a conversion. Where's my convert? Convert dollar to pesos, but that isn't in pesos. That is, what is that? That's in is that ruble? What is the Indian currency? Yeah. RS. Yeah, maybe someone can convert that out. I'm not sure, but I did a Google search on that. I just posted that in the thing there. All right, what does Jack say? Honda also introduced an SL500, which is a scrambler base of the yes, I think it's a C. Is it C? I think it's a CL though. CL500, which is scrambler base of the Rebel. I think that would be a good bike that's capable of splitting time between city and longer trips. Jack, you're absolutely right. The video that I have coming up, I do show that bike, and I show the price on that. I think it's around 400,000 pesos, which, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. Actually, 400,000. So that's like 7,000 US. That bike just came out. It wasn't available when I bought my bike in March. It wasn't available when I bought my bike. But you're right. I think it is a CL500 though. Scrambler looks like a great machine. Yep. looks like a great machine. Yeah, 150cc. Okay, where are you at there? Please look up the Skyboss 150cc images. What do you think? You know, the Skygo, I'm just reading back up, Kevin. The Skygo looks all right. I think it's, you know, it's going to be a not bad. You know, not a bad little machine. Yeah, right. I'm with you. I'm a fan of the little bit of the Royal, especially if you're looking to go old school. The Royal Enfield's got a good look to it. It's also, it's a really sexy bike. The Royal Enfield. You get a lot of head turns on that bike, right? Not, you know, whatever. That might not be your goal, but that type of bike gets a lot of attention. Yeah. Yeah. So there's my post on that. The new Triumph 400. I agree. Did you guys watch the the Revzilla? Two guys, what's it, Zach and Spurge. They did they rode over the Himalayas on those two Triumphs. Like that great bike. That's another great bike too. I think would be really good for the Philippines. I talk about that in my video coming out because I did go to the Triumph dealership, and supposedly they're expecting to see those in the dealership in January. So you're right, dude. I hope that is not the price. I hope that is not the price. That would be such a disappointment. Oh my gosh, please tell me that that's not the price. Horrible. Yeah, they use the rupee. All right, man, I hope that is not the price. Let's just look at that, right? Let's just look at that. Where's my I don't have that as a converter. Oh my gosh, that's such a disappointment. Well, an X500 then, right? If that Himalayan 452 is 13,000 US, no way. No way. Hold on. Yeah, I don't, my converter doesn't have that. That's such a disappointment if that's the case. Okay, 2,748 euros. What's that in US dollar though, brother? Okay. Indian equals rupee. Yeah. I hope that's not the price. Yes, CL. Yeah, I know, you're fine. I know what you meant. So I show that bike in the video coming up, and I agree. Jake, that was the bike that I really liked. Yeah, and like I said, it wasn't available when I bought my bike, but it looks like I agree. Looks like a great machine. Scrambler, you got a little bit of suspension. It comes with a little more off-road tires on there. I don't know what tires they are. Another bike too that I think is that I didn't mention earlier that I think is a really good one is the 401 Husqvarna 401. It comes with Scorpion Rally STRs on there, which those tires, the Tanneray 700 also comes with those. Great bikes. 252,000. What's that in US dollar, brother? Okay. What was it? 3,000? Okay. That's cheap. That's cheap. I hope they price it that 3,000. So 3,000 US, 3,030. Yeah, so that's like 18,000, 180,000 pesos. That's really cheap. It's got to be more than that, right? Yeah, 4,500. That makes more sense. 4,500. Yeah, that makes more sense. 250,000 pesos. Yeah, that makes more sense. Okay. All right. Sorry, I see stuff as it comes up even before I post it, but yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's even still. I was expecting somewhere around 5,000 US for that bike. That's really impressive if they do that for that price. That's, man, good for Royal Enfield, right? Good for them. Yeah, good for them. The price of a starter car in the Philippines, and that's a good point. That's a really good point. You know, I met a gentleman. Like I said, he was at the Honda dealership from Dumaguete, and he just bought a what the hell do you call that? No, multi-cab. He just bought a multi-cab, and he spent 350,000 pesos. Can I help you scratch that? 250,000. 200. He just bought a multi-cab for 250,000 pesos, guys. You know, a car, right? Now, granted, it's a 3-cylinder, whatever. I think 900cc thing, but I think if you got the budget, I would, do both, right? Get yourself a bike and maybe a small car. We've been kind of eyeballing the Wego, but a multi-cab also, yeah, would be a good option. Yeah, 4,500. Yeah, that's a great price, man. If Royal Enfield is selling that bike at 4,500 US, the Himalayan 450, all day long, all day long. Okay, yeah, the current model is 550 for what I'm seeing. Then okay, that makes more sense to me. That 6,500 is what I was kind of thinking, and that's 350,000. Yeah, that would make sense because the CF the Honda's the CF one we're talking about, the scrambler there that Honda put out, that was like 410,000. So yeah, so this would be, if it's 6,500 US, that's still only 360,000 pesos. Yeah, all right, guys. Well, I think I could talk motorcycles all day long, if you can't tell. Put a lot of people to sleep, I'm sure. The Honda Rebel is 7,000. When we looked at it, I can't remember. I think it was 400,000 pesos in the video I just did. 400,000. Yeah, exactly. 7,000. So, which is like 722 US, or 400,000 Philippine pesos. They do have that bike here in the Philippines, by the way. You'll see it in the one I'm putting out. I'm sorry, what? 400,000 for the Rebel? Yeah, yep. The current Himalayan is 350. Okay, good. Yeah, Benny. Yeah, I would suspect the 452 would be more than that. It would have to be. It would have to be. Yeah, it would have to be. Yep. 354, but I'm not sure on the 450. Yeah, so they haven't really released the price, although Morton's saying that they might have released it just recently. Yeah, man. Yeah, always great live. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Just to finish this up, happy Thanksgiving, everyone out there. Let's all kind of keep that grateful, thankful vibe, right, as we go into the holidays and New Year. I know a lot of guys, come, especially if you're watching this channel, you're excited to come out here. So we'll keep our head on, right, and just have as good a time as we can, even though probably we want to be here in this country, and all of us, right. We talked to about no matter where you go, there you are, and just having a good time. So, yep, yeah, man. No, I appreciate it, guys. Can you rent it? Can you rent? I don't. Yeah, you can rent. You can rent scooters. I don't know about renting motorcycles. But yeah, yes, yeah, guys. We're gonna bounce out. I'm just kind of bouncing through. You have to ask a dealer to have a local price. Okay. Yes, the Royal Enfield. The dealership here doesn't know much about them yet. They're still on the fence. You come on in. All right, guys. Everyone take care. Really great holidays. Everyone, yeah, have a good time. Say hey to your family and friends, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Really appreciate everyone. We'll see you guys. Hempin.
Bye.
Ayo ayo.